What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another community mashup. It's Saturday, and so you know what that means. We're going to be having a great time in here with people like CommieWolverine. So very excited to dive into the community mashup today. Now, of course, we have some great prizes up for the win. As always, we have $250 available for the winning team. Aside from that, we also have a Razer Kraken Pro Tournament Edition heading out to the MVP. And if you haven't ever seen one of our tournaments before, what I want you to know is that we have a great commentator who we're going to be introducing in just a moment, and he actually makes a decision game time on who our MVP is going to be each week. They don't actually have to be in the winning team, but a lot of times they are. So it's going to be a great day, but there's a few more things I want to talk about before we get started. If you're curious or interested in playing in a community mashup tournament that happen every Saturday at 2 o'clock, definitely check out our Discord or follow us on Instagram where we talk about each one of these tournaments. You can always sign up to get into the action at aquatik.gg/mashup. We made it just that easy. We pick 4 teams at random every single week to come in and play inside of these mashups. Now, with all of that being said, we have a little surprise coming into the mix this week, and we are bringing back one of the fan favorite teams to compete throughout the tournament. DannySteel and his team are going to be diving in and playing once again. So we're excited to see how that plays out. Of course, at the end of the tournament, we bring the winning team to play against some members of Neptjun's Elite. If they win in that league, they get to join that roster to have a chance to play every week in the future. Our Neptjun's Elite teams battle it out for glory in these mashups as well as other promotional campaigns. As they play, they're always making some nice bucks. So thank you all again for coming out today. We're excited to get started here in just a few moments. That being said, if you are interested again in Aquatik Esports, head over to our Discord, check us out at aquatikesports.com, and if you'd like to get signed up for all that's going on, head over to aquatik.org, where we're more than happy to have a conversation and get you rocking and rolling, either in our content creation division or along the side of their esports players. So with all that being said, Commie, are you there?
No, I'm here, Neptune. How are you doing today, brother?
I am doing great. Commie, before we get started, so the dragon skins are gone. Have you seen that new set that they brought in?
My calling card is the Oni calling card. I bought that 10 seconds into it being released. Those are so good. Oh my god.
They are amazing.
I could not be a bigger fan. Got the Phantom to that seafoam green with the pink cherry blossoms. Got the Shorty skin on there. Ooh, the Bucky skin. The night. You've taken my 2 main talking points that I was gonna do in my little intro. I was gonna bring up the Oni skins, and I was gonna bring up the return of Danny and the boys.
I'm sorry about that, Commie. You know me. I steal the thunder around here.
You're excited. You know what? It's 2 exciting bits of news, so I can't blame you for taking it away from me.
Don't worry. You'll get plenty of time to have all sorts of great conversations here in the near future.
Oh, you know, you leave me alone with the chat, we're gonna have some fun.
It's scary and it's fun. But Commie, before you and I go any further, what we want to do is launch today's first Aquatik Uplink. So what you're going to see is here on screen, everyone, there's an Aquatik Uplink that is offering you up a $25 Valorant gift card. So make sure you grab that and get it entered into your Riot account. Of course, the very first person to claim that will get that active. And I think Riptide's going to leave that active for just a few more moments for someone to get claimed. If you're unaware of what these fantastic things are, this is Aquatik Uplink. We give away digital goods on every single one of our streams now. We are going to be giving another one of these cards away a little bit later on. So if you missed this one, don't worry. There will be another one coming shortly after intermission. Now, while they're claiming that, Commie, How do you think today is going to play out? I mean, you've had some time to look at the teams. You've seen some of the map picks. What are you feeling?
It is bringing in a former MVP in DannySteel and his pre-made is going to make this really really interesting. I know we talked about it a little bit last week when we shifted from the pre-made rosters to the random teams. That the pre-mades usually play a little bit more coordinated of an attack rather than kind of an every man for himself. But I mean, last week we saw GB really come out with his squad and do absolutely fantastically. And in our little community mashup channel, there's already been talks of the teams preparing a little bit together. So it's Valorant. We're seeing Bind as our first map, if I'm not mistaken, and Split as our second. So they're pretty evenly balanced maps. So it's really open for interpretation. Every week it seems like someone who plays Phoenix from the winning team makes themselves a star. So any Phoenix mains out there who really want to make an impression, get themselves some sick Razor gear. Keep joining our tournaments. We keep loving the content. So it's a bit hard to make a prediction, but I'm excited to see what we have in store.
Yeah, I know you and I were talking a little bit before the tournament today, just the impact that Reyna can make on the teams, and we saw some decent play last week. I'm just kind of curious if we're going to see that again.
It'll be interesting. Reyna can make a huge difference, especially as we were talking about, especially in situations where it's not as much of a coordinated defense or a coordinated attack. Reyna on her own can make a huge difference, get some really crucial picks, either open up a site or draw rotations when you're attacking, or stop a push in its tracks and get a few key defensive picks. As far as duelists go, I think you have your mains as Phoenix, and you have Raze, who got just the most baby of nerfs. Still a little frustrated about that one, but it'll be interesting to see what team compositions they come up with.
As always. Well, Commie, I think it has come to that time. I'm going to go get these games prepped with our team. We're going to leave you alone with our chat to see what great things happen, and then we'll get this show on the road. So,
what is absolutely. I'm excited.
All right, thanks, Commie. Everybody else, I'll see you in the arena.
Alrighty, boys. What is up? Juice Caboose tagging me. Is there a delay this time? There is a slight delay, so don't worry, chat. Don't worry, chat. We've got a slight delay on, so all you stream snipey boys trying to get the extra 250, like we hear you. I've gotten a few Discord PMs to try and get that started. So stream snipers, you're thwarted. Thwarted, I tell you. How we doing today, chat? It's I'm Missouri based, so it's hot as all get out outside today, so it feels real good to be inside chatting with you boys. How we feeling? How's everybody's Saturday going? No, not everybody all at once. I know there's a bit of a delay. I'm hanging out at work. What are you doing on Twitch at work? Come on, man. Come on, man. I love it though. There's no, there's priorities, and when it comes to priorities, Aquatik Esports Valorant stream is more important than work. You can quote me on that one. If your boss ever gets mad at you for watching it, you just need to show them this clip. I'm sure they'll understand. Cosmer, brother, I love you so much. It is good to see you, and it is hot. It is way too hot. It's a feels bad man outside. We're getting the game going. Everybody's joining. Seahorse. What if your boss is watching? Then you work at a really great place of employment. You should never leave. I guess this is as good a time as any. Any of you boys and girls in chat read the patch notes for Tuesday? What do y'all think? Is the Raze nerf enough? Is the Raze nerf enough? Is the Brimstone nerf enough? I'm a Cypher main in comp, so I'm a Cypher main, so being able to pick up the traps when I inevitably fat finger them and spawn is a huge win for me. Let's see what's Dapham, Raze nerf never enough. I could not agree with you more. I am so mad that the Raze nerf is only raising her ult by one orb. That is Pepe hands. Her nade needs to not one shot. Like, good lord, please make her nades not a one shot. Like yeah, like the grenades doing 150 is just so stupid and I hate it. But that is what it is. Raze needs to be buffed Pepsi sauce. There's half of me that just wants to ban you from this chat right now. I hate I hate that you just said that out loud, and I hope that is Kappa. Mob Cola, what's up, brother? APL, my good man. You know, you make a good point. You would never have a frag movie if Raze was nerfed. So I suppose there are some good things that come out of Raze being an existing character. Oh no, I hate that. I hate that people are even ironically saying Raze needs buffs. I don't want that energy out into the universe. The Viper buffs are sick though, Bubba. Or Bubble, excuse me. The Viper buffs low-key make her a viable character. Like I think people are gonna need to like get into customs, lab it a little bit, and kind of figure out how exactly to use her. But everything that they did to buff her makes her a sick, like a sick character. Like just the stuff that you can do with the wall buffs from like 2 patches ago to being able to have the wall and the smokes up, having that low key, I think the biggest thing that they did was making the health drain last like 2.5 seconds instead of like immediately healing back up. Like that's massive. That's absolutely massive. Explo. Yeah, there is a now infamous tweet from one of the Riot devs that basically says just that. If somebody can find that and link that screenshot, that would be poggers. Because I mean, like when Project A was first announced, they like made a huge deal of the nades not being that abilities were meant to just be utility as opposed to doing like the work for you, which is essentially what Raises does, which is wide peepo sad that it has turned into just raise nades, blast packs, getting kills. Like you could in theory with your ultimate ace around with just nades, a rocket launcher, and some well-placed blast packs. Viper was OP, now she's more OP. Lol W. Lol W. Viper was, I mean, I guess so, but she was super situational. Like, if you really, really knew how to lock down a site, I guess she was viable, but there's a reason you never saw her in competitive play. But boys and girls, we're gaming. We're starting out on Bind. Danny and the boys versus Wrecked. APL, heading out. Talk to you soon. APL, much love, brother. Hopefully your qualifiers go well today. I'm looking forward to it. See, Explo, I see what you're saying. There's a little bit of a difference between, in my opinion, between the alt and the alt being what they are versus the just regular like purchasable abilities being what they are, because there's nothing on Raze's kit that doesn't absolutely destroy you. But we joined the game. We've got, let's see. We've got Danny and the boys starting out on defense. We've got Rex team starting out on O. Everybody's leaning towards A. We've got 4 up short with Omen in the back hanging out. Everybody's going up short. Unfortunately, it looks like Danny and the boys stacked B, which is not great. They do have the Raze in rotation, and everything is pretty much stalled out in that A short area. Dapham is taking a good bit of damage through smokes, and it is looking like the boys are calling an audible. Rotating through market, going all towards hookah where there is a tripwire, and now they're going to run into 2 people versus the stack on A, as Raze is quickly rotating through the back halls area into a 3 stack on the site, and they are seen and immediately naded out, taking down a 24 health chiroglyph, unable to heal for another 15 seconds, and they have been stalled out in 2 places now as Raze is also incredibly low, and they are just jumping out onto site. They get pinged with that Cypher trap, and everybody knows where everybody is. Goldtec able to take down Dapham, Swaaee able to take down Tubbs, Swaaee with a second in the round with a frag onto chiroglyph, and everybody else is stalled out inside of hookah. The defense has fully rotated. Cypher taken out by Goldtec, and Swaaee getting his on 3rd kill of the round onto Rocket. A great round to start on defense. 3 frags for Swaaee, 2 for Goldtec. Nobody able to get anything done on offense for Rocket and the boys. Danny and the boys taking round 1. And this allows them to buy up if they so choose. However, it's looking like we're going to have basically a second pistol round. As I say that, Goldtec opting for the full armor and the Spectre. The one real gun, a Marshall brought out by Swaaee, and 3 ghosts. There is 1 upgraded pistol, Cairo opting for light armor and a ghost, and they are lining up outside of short A again, and it is all 5 stacked there. They do, JeNeSis able to get that wall put down in shower, so even if someone was there, it wouldn't make a difference, as Cypher and Sage both rotate towards the couple pot shots taken by Swaaee and Heaven towards short. Unfortunately not able to connect. Just a little bit of damage taken onto Raze, and Cypher is dinked up in showers, healed, and Cypher taken out by DannySteel, his first frag of the game, and looks straight into U-Haul and sees 2 people looking directly at him, taken down to 64 HP. Unfortunately, no one able to confirm the kill. Chiroglyph makes use of the pistol and gets a frag. However, Goldtec and Swaaee are able to take care of Rocket and Chiroglyph, and there's still action happening, and the molly kill. 2 3Ks in a row from Goldtec at 5-0 and 0. You take the eco frags where you can get the eco frags, and when you're bringing an SMG to a pistol fight, you are going to have a distinct advantage. However, it is looking like guns are going to be brought out. A little bit of bonus round action with a Marshall and a Spectre still in play for the defensive Danny and the boys. Chiroglyph able, with her kill, to afford full armor and a Vandal, a Bulldog, another Vandal, SMG purchase. So a little bit of a scuffed buy, but when you lose the first 2 rounds, your 3rd round buy is always going to be a little bit scuffed. And a Breach Earthquake is used to stun DannySteel sitting inside U-Haul, and he backs off a little bit. A lot of utility being used to clear out that A short area, and you have the 2 Omen smokes blocking blocking and hiding their cross. It has drawn a rotation out of Swaaee, who's making his way through CT, and all 5 have made it into U-Haul. Swaaee able to get a nade kill onto Mighty the Shrimp. However, Rocket and Tub are able to get a kills on sight onto Swaaee and JeNeSis. And the spike is getting planted for the first plant of the day as Juice is flaking through CT. They are in a 3v2 full health. And the retake coming from short and from CT. Nobody is seeing anybody for the moment, and that Sage wall is blocking. Juice quickly destroying it. Dapham able to hold on to Goldtec for his first death of the day. Juice gets a frag onto Rocket inside U-Haul and quickly rotates out. The wall comes down at a very inopportune time, and Dapham is able, with 22 HP left, to get his second kill of the round, or excuse me, third kill of the round, and put an end to the losing streak, allowing for a much more comfortable, not a much more comfortable, to a somewhat more comfortable bye. Danny and the boys still sitting pretty with their 2 rounds in a row and are opting to do a couple upgraded pistols. Goldtec opting for the full armor and Phantom. Will be interesting to see what the pistol buys that are coming out from the rest of his teammates, whether or not he stays with that or opts to keep. And yeah, as I say it, he sells back, and they're doing 4 rifles for the attacking squad and a full armor Spectre. So the firepower advantage is coming out. Swaaee, with the extra money in the bag, is a hero Vandal, and it looks like the offense has the correct read on the defense, showing only 2 players hanging out at B, and they are pushing 3 through long, 2 through hookah. Cypher clearing out hookah, met with a brimstone smoke to deny any more vision, and quickly Swaaee comes and clears the backside with the nade, takes out the camera. However, that nade, oh, Juice with a right click onto Tub, taken out. Juice with a second kill with the classic. Rocket is able to even the odds once. However, 3 kills by Juice. Swaaee able with the hero gun to take out Rocket. Mighty the Shrimp knocks out Swaaee immediately after. JeNeSis taken out, and we have come back down to a 2v1. An absolute disaster. Juice doing all of the work and still alive, upgrading the classic to a Spectre, sitting inside garden. They know exactly where the spike is, and Cypher is going to have to jump out on site. That is heard by Danny. Comes out unable to land the shots, flashes onto him, and the flick headshot, absolutely nasty from DannySteel, and an amazing B-side hold in a round where firepower were the only consideration. They should have had no business taking care of. However, Juice able to land 3 frags from the elbow position with the classic, and that has to be demoralizing for Rocket and his team, as they were unable to even get onto site much past that little tube, and are quickly dispatched in the 2v1. You can't mask the sound of jumping out of hookah, and Danny was there to make use of his flashbang, bringing us to a 3-1 scoreline. And the attacking squad going back towards A. They're doing pretty traditional split, 2 going through showers, with JeNeSis watching that noise being made in short, which just prompts JeNeSis to throw down her Sage wall and go back a little bit farther into sight. That Omen flash is coming out. However, that wall is down. A lot of damage done into short. No one falls just yet. A breach flashes his own teammate as they make their way out of short. Tub has made it into the little cubby and is fragged by Juice. Swaaee gets flanked and gets 2 onto Cairo and Mighty the Shrimp, the last 2 alive. Omen and Raze making their way out of short, hoping to clear out any of the flankers. However, Raze has made her way safely back into sight and is looking for any follow-up frags, and they do hear coming out of short, able to get the first one, knocks down the health of Dapham, and Juice is there to finish it off for his second kill of the round. And we have the Oni finisher coming out, my personal favorite, and one of the reasons I bought the skin pack, and it is just absolutely clinical. Danny and the boys, 9 frags for Swaaee, 6 for Juice, coming alive after a little bit of a slow start. Nobody wanted to try him on B. That Cypher setup very hard to break out of, leading to a lot of A attacks, feeding right into what Swaaee wanted. And we are back to a little bit of a B split. 2 going through hookah, 3 and the spike headed through long. And they are going to be quickly tipping off via the Cypher cam and via the Cypher tripwires as to their intentions. This is going to draw an early rotation based on nothing being done outside of A. Swaaee is able to come and help stack the site. And a tripwire is kicked in hookah, which draws out that Cypher cage. And the second Cypher cage is brought out. However, they are going to burst onto the site. Rocket able to get an entry frag onto Swaaee. However, Juice is able to quickly trade that. And the Brimstone ultimate comes out as Goldtec is able to get a gun frag onto Glyph. DannySteel able to kill Dapham after trading onto Juice. And we are left into a 3v2 that is now a 3v1 as Goldtec is able to get a frag. And JeNeSis makes her first entry onto the scoreboard, cleaning up Mighty the Shrimp and a beautiful B-side hold. And you really do hate to see what a team can do with a Cypher on B. One of the most powerful defensive characters in the game, and just able to stall out, draw a full rotation. Everyone leaves A, and there is just no masking what the squad is doing. There's no fakes going to A. There's nobody making any noise towards A short, and no reason for anyone to hang out anywhere but on that B site. Able to allow Swaaee for the quick rotation, and the rocket comes out, and Swaaee gets two and a third one onto the enemy raise. Sees the omen. Danny is able to steal that kill from him and finish it with his second one. And you know, you hate to see it. Raze bringing out the rocket launcher onto some helpless characters out in B, and the B walk up to hookah, and there's just nothing you can do about it. They did not have much invested into that round. However, a demoralizing attack by Swaaee, bringing him up to 12 kills, leading the lobby by a good margin. Dapham rounding out his team with 4 kills. And that takes a 6-1 lead, and they are looking to go back to A, and honestly, I can't blame them.
Come on, let's go!
Or, excuse me, they're going B with a little bit of intel as DannySteel using his ultimate to get a lot of information. They have officially cleared out that no one is on A. Rocket, however, able to get the teleport. Checking flanks, and it is still 5 alive for the attacking team. This is the first time they've been able to get a solid opening pick, and they are still progressing towards B. Brimstone checking, and they do not know JeNeSis has posted up onto the boxes, and they're rotating with the spike, and this could be absolutely disastrous. Tub does not check his corners and gets the frag and blocks off the enemy team's rotation, and that just leaves Cypher and Sage leaving them kind of with their pants down as they kind of have to make a decision as to where they want to go, and it is just slowing after slow after slow. The attack cannot get going in any way, shape, or form. However, it is a 4v2 for the moment as they evenly split the site, and JeNeSis slow in rotation, as is Danny, and they are getting the spike planted. However, Juice is able to get the frag onto Cairo. Dapham able to trade that out, but the cavalry has arrived, and Danny spraying into the tub, able to get the kill. Goldtec with 2 of his own, and JeNeSis with 1 to boot, and they managed to get in sight. However, they were not able to get the bomb plant as there was just no time, enough utility still saved in the hands of Goldtec to slow that push. He had the molly into garden, he had the smokes on hookah. They had no clue where they were headed. And a quick 7-1 lead. 5 in a row. Just a lot of
Raze,
a lot working for Danny and the boys. However, there is a certain advantage of defending on this map, so anything is possible. The comeback is still a possibility, and we have 4 going towards hookah right now. The camera destroyed. Information still given that 1 is long. They are able to clear out that back left corner and clear out the tripwire. The nade comes out trying to clear off back sight. A little bit of damage being done. However, that cage comes out. A blind rocket into backside, not necessarily the most well advised. They do get a little bit of information from that omen all as he goes back. and cleared out elbow. Ready for him is Tub, able to get a kill onto Goldtec. Swaaee and Danny, however, are able to get 2 frags of their own. Danny able to get a kill onto Swaaee, and Danny with his 3rd coming a little bit alive, getting the kill onto Tub. And they are able to get slightly onto site. However, the retake is just coming back so quick and with so much utility, able to slow down their push long enough that it kind of turns into a killing zone where they can throw their ults, they can throw, they can throw their nades, they can throw mollies, they can throw slows. Cypher able to cage everything up, deny vision. It is just absolutely clinical coming out from Danny and the boys. And we have a full squad rotation going towards A short.
Cover going out.
Not necessarily a very healthy buy, and quickly punished by Rocket, going down to the gun of DannySteel. A quick res, questionable resing the one with the pistol. However, I guess you got to do what you got to do, and we return to a 5v5.
Cover going out.
And seeing nothing as Cypher has pushed all the way down B long, not seeing any rotation, and they are just kind of stuck where they're at. Cypher clearing all the way, clearing out Market, and he is going towards that little cave way where he is going to have the opportunity for the flank of a lifetime as Juice is about to round the corner into 4 teammates and no one is looking for him. He sees one, gets the headshot onto Chiroglyph and quickly slinks back into cave. He did not see very many more, but they now know that no one is B as quickly Juice rotates back and just long enough to give them second thoughts, and everyone has died. JeNeSis with her 3rd kill of the round, doing absolutely a phenomenal job playing the support role, and now has 6 frags. She started off 0-3-4 and has just really come alive as this game's come on. They keep trying to test her showers, and she keeps doing just enough to slow them down, and now she's taken out 6 frags, be hopping around, having the time of her life, and we are up 9-1. And looking like a quick first game, 14-5-3 for Swaaee. Danny coming in close, coming alive, 10 kills of his own, 5 assists, 10-4-4 for Juice, holding down the B site. And we have a 5-man stack going down A short. SMGs galore. Danny, a rare mistake from Danny as he misses that. Slow. However, they have used all the utility in the world. Chiroglyph able to get a wall up as JeNeSis heals Danny with an off from heaven. However, able to get the frag onto Mighty. A molly comes out that is not going to be the solution, and all 5 JeNeSis quickly pushing her way into hookah, and Goldtec throwing out a stim beacon over the wall. Gonna give a little bit of a boost. JeNeSis with their 2nd of the round, able to get a frag onto Tub. Chiroglyph and Rocket getting their own 2 frags. Juice gets a kill onto Rocket. Chiroglyph, and it has come down to a 2v1. Swaaee and DannySteel, no one you would rather have, as Chiroglyph is stuck in U-Haul, and Swaaee watching over, going to quickly get the kill and a headshot onto Chiroglyph. Well played on the retake, very disciplined, got everybody there, used their utility, took the 1v1s, and absolutely decimated. Danny again holding the op, getting the the opening pick onto Mighty the Shrimp, who is sitting at 2-11, not having any fun. Neither is Tub. Cairo 4-10, 5-10, 5-12, 6-10. No momentum able to be had. They had their 1 round in the 3rd, but unfortunately they have not been able to carry it over, and there's just no fakes going anywhere. If somebody's coming towards A, you know all 5 of them are there. There's been no misdirection, no nothing. And we now hear Danny getting the frag with the alt, getting the 2nd frag, taking the op out of the hand of Tub, knows exactly, and the 3rd frag onto Chiroglyph. And Danny in his alt was a storyline 2 weeks ago. Dapham able to get a kill onto JeNeSis, trying to even it to a 4v2. However, Juice and Swaaee able to take care of the remaining 2 attackers, and we have a darn near perfect half. And the fat lady isn't singing quite yet, but it is looking all but over. Danny and the boys absolutely dominating the competition. And from good teams, you'll see a little bit of a split going, defaulting towards the main lanes, creating presence across the map, gaining some control. However, you just did not see any stack. You did not see any default, any split whatsoever from the attacking squad in that 11-1 monstrosity that half was. And when any contact was made, flanks were able to come out. Everybody was able to rotate through CT, stack the site, and it just doesn't go well when you have everyone facing everyone, especially with the gun advantage and the economy advantage being taken. But that being said, we are into our second half. 11-1 is the scoreline, and a 5-stack for the pistol coming onto the B site. Omen gets a little bit of a flash on, and we had that 4-man rotation baited out, and they head to the teleporter, leaving Raze in a very, very important position, holding showers. They are not able to get through quick enough to really make a difference, as the 4-man rotate has already come out. However, Danny able to get a kill onto Rocket. Tub able to get 2 kills onto Swaaee, and DannyJeNeSis able to refrag that, and that brings us to a 3v3. Low health onto Sage, low health onto Cypher, as Shrimp is able to get a kill on the Goldtec. JeNeSis with 2 of her own, and we have come down to a 1v1. Very low health on Cypher, who is holding the post plant. He is retreated into showers. Omen, in the form of Dapham, trying to get the defusal going, and he has made a lot of noise. And comes out of showers and able to get 2 body shots onto him, as Juice finishes what his team has started in the post-plant scenario, pushes out of the smoke, kind of the last thing you expect. Omen just having to check so many different corners, so many nooks and crannies, to have even the slightest bit of confidence to start the defuse, and just not even able to get close. Dapham, unfortunately, in a horrible position. You have to assume that he is sitting inside of hookah, and it's looking like by the buys that Danny and the boys want to end this one quickly. A Bulldog in full armor, my personal favorite second round buy, coming out. And Danny quickly making it put to use as they get the kill onto Chiroglyph. Tub able to refrag onto DannySteel. Juice, however, with the smoke cover, able to pick that up, getting rid of the gun. You love to see the gamesmanship there. Up to 12-1, still getting the fundamentals. However, the defensive Sage is dead. 1 health onto Dapham. The wall comes out, and the Goldtec able to get the frag. Mighty able to get a kill onto JeNeSis. However, Goldtec quickly there to trade it, and the spike has been planted. 2 defenders left alive versus 3 very heavily armed attacking side players, and the Phantom put to good use onto Tub, and we're just kind of waiting for that last kill to come. Excuse me. And now that the nade has been brought out, they know exactly where she's coming from. She's coming from that defensive side spawn, using her best Ares. Juice with the Bulldog, able to get a kill onto Rocket in a quick 13-1 defeat. And frankly, you hate to see it, but absolutely fantastic play from Danny and the boys, reminding us why Danny was the MVP, reminding them why they won the whole darn thing and are now members of Neptune's Elite. And we are done with our first game. However, it is not Danny who is leading the way. We have a new contender as Swaaee with a 333 combat score, 17-6-5, 16-3-6, a 319 ACS from Danny, and Juice also plus 300, 15-5-5, holding down the B site, doing an absolute fantastic job. Dapham leading the way for his team in a losing effort. 190, the next top score. 8-13-1. JeNeSis and Goldtec also doing a fantastic job. And frankly, with the two with 17, 16, and 15 kills, there is not much left for you to do. However, JeNeSis, I do love to highlight the way that she plays Sage, taking control of that A site, doing absolutely fantastic, keeping people from pushing out and guiding all of the fights and all of the attention to the short position, for Danny to just run an absolute train on them. 7 assists from her, 11, 5, and 2 from Goldtec, keeping the smokes, keeping the mollies, doing absolutely wonderfully. Oh, what did you boys think? How are we feeling about that one? Oh, Danny and the boys already in the chat. A popular member of our community and doing absolutely fantastic. K-Shirt and TTV, Phoenix still popped off, Poggers. What a spam. What a spam. Dap him in the chat. Rolled, man. Oh, Dap him. I'm sorry, buddy. You did as good as you could, but when you run up against a steam train, you really can't do much about it. It's a wide peepo sad type of moment. And we have our second game. Everybody is in the lobby. We are getting going. We're seeing another. We're not playing Bind again. We're not playing Haven. Unfortunately for me, we are not getting Ascent. We are playing a game on Split. Team Bomb Voyage versus Team Shadow. I'm excited. These are Flix has played in our tournaments, but that is about it. This is a lot of relatively unknown to me, unknown to the caster. So I'm excited. This one has a lot of intrigue and mystery there. And I love me a good split game. I say it every week, every time we get the opportunity to play and I get the opportunity to cast. A good split game is one of my favorite things to watch. I think the combat, especially down mid, is super interesting. Bubble Froggy, let's see some cool rope play. See, I love the ropes. I love the ropes as a mechanic. I think they should nerf the accuracy on them. Especially the moving accuracy while on them. They've been headshot too many times by someone playing Pop Goes the Weasel and Jack in the Box in that vent room, but overall, I think they're a fun mechanic for the rotation. It'll be interesting to see. I think both of these teams, I think few of them have been practicing a little bit together, but this is by no means the organization of a full pre-made. So we're going to see, a little bit more one-on-one action, a little bit more spice, if you will, a little bit more of a pug feel to the game. So thank you all for staying with us. Thank you all for watching, using some of your precious Saturday time for us boys over here at Aquatik Esports. And we're into the game. Team Flix versus Team Shadow. I'm excited about this one as we have Flix on defense. Traditionally, this map is a little bit defense sided, so it'll be interesting. The pistol is huge for the attack, and we see them 5-stack outside of the B site. I would be absolutely shocked if we didn't see some variant of the Sage wall strategy to get them across. However, they are going right into the enemy Sage, who could make this wall push a little bit slower than they're expecting. The Raze is sitting over on top of that A ramp, so we're not going to see the nade into B main. Footsteps being made, and Sage with her wall ready. Hearing the utility come out, and that is put down. However, that arrow gets onto the site a little bit early on that utility. They baited out a lot, as the molly is completely unnecessary, as it is just hanging out on the Sage ice wall, forcing the attackers back, keeping their eye on flank. And they break down the wall. Smokes are ready. Sage has slowed down their approach, and they are still all hanging out in B main, and the full rotation has come out. Sitting on top of mid are Brim and Sova. All 5 still hanging out in showers, and nobody's made a move quite yet. Boombot coming towards them and quickly destroyed. However, that does let them know that there is still at least one person hanging out on B, and the wall comes out. Action has started. The second smoke comes out Popcorn able to get 2 frags onto Habibi, and Dumpling gets the 3rd frag based on that 2nd grenade from the first 2 kills, and did not see anyone. Popcorn with 4 kills, 3 from grenades. Did not see. I don't think Raze saw anybody for the first minute and 30 of that round, and using her nade able to get 3 kills. And you just hate to see a push stall out. Brings out the full rotation, and the defense takes the first round very cleanly. They have 5 ghosts across the board. A couple of them opting for light armor, a couple opting for heavy armor. 3 heavy, 2 light, 4 light. Psych is just really wavering in what he wants to do. Ends up going for the light. And the attacking squad kind of unsure of what they want to do, as Sage sitting there ready to wall beam main again. However, they are not going to be nearly as loud. Raze trying to get a sneaky little shorty kill, hopefully on a too aggressive player pushing out. However, the rest of the team is going to mid, walk in, and Habibi able to get a kill onto Popcorn. Flicks quickly evening the odds, and Psych with the better pistols evening the odds. Raze able, 4th nade kill for Dumpling Bro, quickly put to rest as Keepon and Omen hanging out in B Heaven. They have been walled off and are unable to get over it, which leading the attacking squad over. Oh, they hear the quick rotation. He is not ready for it. Oh my god, Shadow able to win the War of the Potatoes onto Bomb Voyage, as they both just kind of stared at each other for a second. And Capon able to finish off Shadow, bringing a 2nd round into the hands of the defense. That was painful to watch, unfortunately, for Bon Voyage on the losing side of it. Shadow breaks onto the scoreboard and not able to get much momentum going, but when you full eco, there's really not much you can do, and you really are just playing to make it to that 3rd round. However, we have an operator on the field. Popcorn leading the lobby with 4 kills, able to get an operator in the 3rd round, and he will be hanging out in the vent room. And an op shot, they know exactly where he is. Nade comes out. And Brimstone has pushed all the way into the vent room. Raze rotating positions, and he is going to hang out. Yeah, he's going to hang out in that tight corner. Make sure that no one's there. However, Raze has made it all the way into the back of B Heaven. Lining up an op shot. Oh, the timing. They get out of mid just in time, as Habibi is able to get the entry onto A Heaven, and no one is on the A site. And they have 3 quickly rotating through that defensive side spawn, but they have zoned it out. Cypher getting towards site, Shadow getting the kill onto site, and quickly into a 5v3. Popcorn takes down the Sage. A big pick if you're going to pick anyone. And Habibi able to quickly put an end to that pesky operator. And we have come into a 4v2. A nade goes into the back of Heaven, forcing both of the defensive players to head towards screens. Oh, and that blast back has zoned them both towards screens. A pick. Oh, late on the flick. Habibi gets a 3rd. Dumpling Bro takes down Keepon, and about as clinical as it gets. The operator is not saved, unfortunately, for the attack, so they are going to be able to keep 4 of their rifles into the next round. Popcorn with the huge financial investment into the op, able to turn it into 1 kill. Unfortunately, that leaves him with only 3,500 credits. But he is Raze, so he can get his rocket launcher, get a couple kills, get 2 bonus nades, and be able to take out the entire lobby, because Raze is a balanced character, ladies and gentlemen. And the brim smokes come down as mid is officially taken by the attacking team. 1 person seen by Psych. However, Popcorn is able to get a kill through the smoke onto Brimstone. Flank able to even that up quickly, as Popcorn was trying to escape into the vent room. However, they do not know that Capon is sitting in a very, very tight angle with a judge, something you do not want to mess with in tight quarters. They're just sitting just outside. Oh, are they going to push towards B Heaven? Oh, they are. Oh yeah, yep. 1 taken down, 2 taken down, and unable to connect onto the third as they are finally taken out by Swaaee. However, the amount of noise that made alerts everyone know exactly where they are, and they are walling off heaven and going straight into Sova, who's hanging out in vents. Unfortunately, not able to take care of the 2 players, and has an opportunity to get a kill onto flank. However, it does not work out. 29 health left on Sage. No heal for a very long time as both are sitting back inside the screen's entrance, taking a couple of pot shots towards the Omen. However, Psych with the recovered Vandal able to get a kill on the flank, and it is just a 1v1, and Flicks able to finish off what the Sova started, getting the frag, bringing his total up to 3, giving Omen the all point as Flicks looks for a better gun, and they are able to salvage 2 Vandals, and on a very, very broken buy using the Judge really opened that up from Capon, hanging out in that tight corner, having the trigger discipline, having the self-discipline to not push out with that and just wait for the kills to come to her, and just absolutely takes advantage of 2 unsuspecting players, really putting a tough position. Sova in the form of Shadow able to do, in the form of Bon Voyage, able to put a lot of damage onto the 2 players in rotation. While he didn't get the kills, does enough to make that retake an easy endeavor. But we are on to our 5th round of the game. And Omen has forced to reveal his position. That nade not going to be well timed enough to get a kill onto him, and throwing out all of her utility is raised, trying to clear out that corner. However, does absolutely 0 damage. Bryn getting his ult ready and is going to force Phoenix. Oh, gets the kill onto Bon Voyage, who was hanging out in that lower vent room, and gets the opening pick. And a quick trade for Shadow as Flicks takes out Flank, but is quickly refragged. And Psych able to get the defensive kill. Sage, great trigger discipline, getting 2. Unfortunately killed, and Shadow really coming alive in this round with his 3rd frag of the round. Only Raze living for the defense. However, he does have a read, and with the operator, even if he looked the correct direction coming out of heaven, unable to do much with him. And the op meta is alive and well. Popcorn making the investment worth it, carrying it over into the next round, able to build up a little bit of a bank, and that is absolutely crucial. If you are going to op on defense, you need to make sure you carry that into the next round. If that involves saving it, so be it. You'll take the round loss versus having to be forced into a terrible bye. And we are off into our 6th round, 4-1. The defensive side doing a fantastic job, apart from one little scuff, and they seem to be pretty willing to give up a good majority of mid. And the defense 3 towards that area, basically begging them to come into that area. Does hear a rotation going into sewers. However, that is not going to fool Sova, who gets the nade put his direction and avoids it and quickly jumps back in. However, the spike has rotated towards A, right into the waiting scope of Popcorn, and everyone rotating now. A flank coming through sewers, Sova able to get into A heaven, and everyone just chilling at the bottom of ramp. They are going to be... Oh, that is a great nade. Oh, and the jetpack, a 3rd kill. Habibi able to take down Popcorn. However, Bon Voyage able to get a kill onto the rival Sova, and they are just waiting for him to come peek back out. Guns picked up, 2 ops, an op and 2 vandals saved into the next round, and now the economic difference is really starting to show, as that is 3 rounds in a row. We have an Ares, a Bulldog, 2 Spectres, 3 Spectres coming out in place of the Bulldog for the attacking squad, and it is just not looking too promising for this attacking side, as they have been able to get a little bit of mid control, but in reality never able to truly get onto a site. When they get into B heaven, they're just absolutely destroyed. And they only have one person holding A. They have that much faith in Popcorn with the operator, and it is paying off as 3 stacked towards the mid to B side. 2 walls come out as Sage is able to block a wall with a wall. A BB coming through mid, able to get a kill onto bomb. However, there are 3 players waiting onto the site, waiting for a move to be made. That Boombot does alert them to the presence of the Sage, so they know at least one person is hanging behind the wall, and keep on, despite knowing, despite being her position being known. Oh, Flix gets a kill onto Habibi. Dumpling gets the free kill onto Flix, and Swaaee able to get a kill onto Keepon. Popcorn with the operator from that connector area, able to get a kill. Dumpling, bro, with his second of the round onto Psych, and it all comes down to Keepon, and that nade is going to hurt. A waste of an ult brings a kill onto Shadow. Oh no, and Popcorn looking for that frag versus looking for the operator. Raze v Raze. Oh, they know exactly where she is, and Popcorn brilliant with the operator, getting a kill onto Dumpling. Is it enough time? 1.07 seconds left. Able to get the massive clutch, take the operator yet again into another round, and bringing the kill total to 13. And I'll tell you, I was giving a lot of crap to Raze for only getting ability kills, but her skill with the operator, able to absolutely pick apart a post plant position, getting the entry into the door, entry onto the cipher from the doorway, to getting the kill on Sova using the ult in the open, and just absolutely masterfully playing around the box with his 3rd frag of the round. A great showing from Popcorn so far, and they leave him alone on A side again, stacking 3 in mid, and 4 of the attackers are going through. And the double wall comes out again at the same time, doing a little bit of hiding, and they burst out onto site. However, the defensive team has been more than happy to let them plant the spike, let them take B. Popcorn quickly into heaven, taking a kill onto flank, and the healer is down. The grenade comes into the back corner, putting a lot of damage onto Brimstone, and a 5-man retake. Smokes coming down. Habibi able to get a kill onto Flix. Keepon, however, is going to take out Swaaee, and there is low health for 2 of the attackers, and now that Boombot lets them know. Oh, reloading his gun. Dumpling able to get a kill onto Bon Voyage, however. Oh my goodness, absolutely fantastic play. All comes down to Keepon. They know exactly where she is, however, it is not going to matter. And unable to retrieve the operator, as that is hanging out in a much too dangerous position. Keepon unable to save that, trades the Vandal for the Phantom, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, and Habibi with an absolutely massive round, bringing his kill total to 10 and bringing a 2nd round into the hands of the attacking squad. And we are off towards the 8th round. 15-5-3, leading the way is Popcorn, not buying an operator. So that was a massive round, able to take the op out for at least 1 round. Phantoms, 3 Phantoms and 2 Vandals coming out. Unfortunately for the attacking squad, not able to bring too many rifles. 2 Vandals brought in, 2 Spectres and an Ares, and they are stacking B main again. They had success with it. They're able to get onto site, making a lot of noise trying to break down the wall, and that has 3 people on the defensive side. Bon Voyage able to get a kill onto Habibi on the flank, and Omen and Sova pushing together, able to let everyone know that no one was coming A. And that pick on their backside is going to force them to rotate towards market. Sova making the sound. Oh, that is a fantastic molly, putting an absolute a lot of damage and loosens them up for Popcorn's grenade. Flank and Dumpling falling victim this time. And Popcorn still hanging out in that B heaven area. Hanging out in mid are Shadow and Swan, and they are not moving. Everyone has rotated other than Raze to the A site, making sure nobody's hitting it too quickly. Oh, quick flick from Swan, able to take down the better gun. The all comes out, and Shadow able to get a kill onto Capon, who with all of her shots had an ulting 8 HP Cypher hanging out in his sights and unable to connect. It is a 2v2 retake situation. However, the health advantage is... Oh, Swan almost walked into the shock dart. Health advantage well in the favor of the defenders on the retake. However, calling out positions that they are not at. The shock dart does not find any damage as they are both going to come out from heaven. And oh my god, Swan, absolute psychopath, killing Psych, taking him down from 100 HP, sees the gun barrel pull out, and Swaaee with the 3K onto Bomb Voyage. He does it all by himself, getting 3 kills in the round. He started that push with 22 HP, needed just about all of it, getting taken down to 8 and still able to win the round for the attack 6-3, and that has hurt the money of the attack. You hate to see it if you're a defensive team on this, having the money broken, and that is going to force SMGs, a couple upgraded pistols, a full classic for Capon at the moment, into the hands of 3 Phantoms, 2 Vandals, full armor for that attacking squad. And they're going to be able to do a lot more with that. That money break is absolutely essential if you want any success on any map, but especially on the offensive side of Split. You need to be able to break the economy, not let the operators build up. And they are playing it very slow, very measured.
Deploying drone.
Omen checking out what's going on in market, and he stays there and gets killed by Swan. I don't know if he wanted to make that an information grab or if he was truly trying to be a sneaky boy and flank. However, it is taken care of by Swan and continuing his momentum from the last round. And 2 Sheriffs staring down from B Heaven and Vince, looking to get some picks on mid. Gets tagged up just a little bit. Oh, and the offense has full-on flanked Habib coming up from behind in Vent Room, and the full A site has been taken. Habibi taking down Bomb Voyage, and it is all just a formality now. Capon able to get a feels good man frag onto Dumpling, and is the only person left alive. Gonna try and take a Phantom out. A quick headshot onto Habibi. However, they know exactly where she is. They are making a lot of noise and pushing her, however. And it is a Sage v Sage right now. It'd be interesting to see if there's any pressure coming from the other side or whether they're going to take that as a 1v1, and they are just feeding Capon right now as Flank goes down, taking her to 12 kills. And she's maybe thinking about taking on the 2v1, gonna pick up a one-shot headshot Vandal and try to make her way towards the site. However, she does not check her corner. Sova hanging out right there. A 4 for Capon. Wins the shot. Oh! Shadow almost butchers it. However, he does manage to get a kill, and Capon getting fed 4 kills into the round. Does a lot of economic damage and does enough to bring out... It forces Flank onto an SMG. She made so much noise coming down those the B Heaven stairs towards their spawn, and nothing but time in the world, and pushes the fight. CT unfortunately loses and is put down onto an SMG at 210 and 4. However, there is still four rifles into play, and it's a mystery why Shadow was not purchasing something. However, Popcorn, a collateral with the operator from Showers, and that is enough to make you yeet the other direction as Swan, Flank, and Sage rotating through sewers going towards mid. However, unfortunately for them, they're gonna have mid a little bit for free. as Sova is scouting out the site, and Popcorn has made his way unseen into the vent room, and this is going to be absolutely devastating. A third round, a fourth with the headshot onto Swaaee, and waiting for the last kill.
There they are.
Has a position, doesn't care about the recon bolt. Oh no, oh no, you hate to see it. Popcorn with the ace, breaking out the rocket launcher. Absolutely massive from him, and he is already up to 22 kills. Capon with 13, and Habibi, the substitute for this squad, with 12 kills on the attacking team, doing his best to keep his team in the match. And in reality, 7-4 is not a terrible scoreline for the attacking squad. However, that is a pretty demoralizing way to lose your 7th round. It would be interesting to hear the comms, how they're talking about this, what they want to do, and they're trying to stay as far away from Popcorn as they can. Nothing coming towards the A site, so they are getting a quick rotation towards mid, and all 4 coming out. Grenades coming out, Sage Slows coming out, all the utility. A revenge rocket, unfortunately wasted on absolutely no one. And it is a 5v5. The spike is planted. Habibi able to get the opening pick onto Psych. However, that is quickly traded out. Bon Voyage onto Swaaee. They know exactly where he is. And Flank getting a kill onto Bomb. Capon inflicts 2 kills. Capon with the classic. However, the two Brim ults come out at the same time. Walled off. Oh, the wall from Capon. Oh, absolutely brilliant! Gets the kill onto Popcorn. What a timed Molly. Habibi with the 3rd. And he... Oh, my God. Habibi absolutely out of his mind. He got walled off. I thought the round was over. However, he knew the Molly for the default plant position. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Doing absolutely fantastic. Chat, that was looking ugly. That was a 6-1 start and brought all the way back to 7-5, and defense has started for the team. Has started for Habibi and crew, for Flick and crew. They are taking the offensive side with a 2-round cushion. However, they're going to have to come up with something interesting to attack, and something we rarely saw given Popcorn's positioning. It is looking like a full A hit for the attack. Bolt and Bolt out. Oh my God, Dumpling with an absolutely massive nade, taking health down. However, Flix is able to get a kill onto Dumpling. The Dumpling does do his job, takes out 2 players. You can't ask for much more than that. And somehow the bot able to get a kill onto Bon Voyage. Habibi taking out Flix. And we are... Oh, Habibi is not able to take out Sage. However, oh, Flank, we'll pretend we didn't just see you whiff the first 4 shots. Able to finish up Capon. And we are done. 1 round together. Looking at chat, telling me to press tab. However, I am not able to do that. We need our observer to press tab to show you guys what the scoreline is. However, Popcorn is leading the way with 22 kills, 9 deaths, 5 assists, 16 in the hands of Capon, 7 for Flix, Bon Voyage 5. Rounding out the bottom of the team are the Smokes with Omen at 4. Habibi leading his team 16, 12, and 6. Dumpling 12, 12, and 4. 7, 9, and 2 for Shadow. Swaaee 6, 10, and 4. And Flank sitting at 4, 12, and 4. And a quick rush out into mid. Habibi quickly traded out. The Sage wall comes down, and the and her grenade bounces off of the wall back into mid, and a second grenade comes out from the defenders. The Boombot coming out, destroyed. Oh, taken down to about 3 HP. But healed up is Popcorn, and they re-aggro mid, making a little bit of noise running towards sewers, and that is going to bait a rotation. Oh, absolutely wonderfully played. Popcorn bouncing over the wall. It comes out Dumpling with the superior firepower, able to get 2 frags on to Voyage and Psych, taking us to a 4v2, both stuck in mid. A heal given out. Popcorn quickly taken care of by Dumpling. And that is 2 wins in the Raze v Raze battle in favor of the defending Sage Dumpling Bro, making his presence felt in the second half. With 20 points to his name, his showstopper already ready to go. However, I don't think he'll be breaking it out in a 4v1. Gonna save that for a little bit more special of a situation with just the classic as Sage is sitting in market. Gonna inch out towards mid and get a couple of tags on to flank. However, with the superior firepower, flank is going to knock out Capon and bring us to a 7-7 scoreline, shaping up into an absolutely fantastic match. Habibi doing his absolute best to keep his team in this game. Dumpling Bro picking up the slack with 3 kills in that round, 15 and 17 apiece, 22 and 60. And this is really the tale of the top 2, as Popcorn and Capon leading the way, Habibi and Dumpling leading the way for the defense. And the Raze nade is in hand, looking towards A. However, that is not going to find very much, as everyone is stacked up in market or rice or whatever you want to call that little B connector area into mid. Waiting out the utility. A nice little one-way smoke coming out. However, absolutely nothing baits out that wall. Bomb Buddy comes out, quickly destroyed in mid, and the nade, oh, that is a god tier nade. Going to do a bunch of damage onto Flicks and a bunch of damage onto the enemy Raze. Popcorn with 77 HP, gonna be looking to aggro B mid. However, there is a Cypher Cam, a Cypher Tripwire, both hanging out there. And that bolt is going to let them know that they are at least curious about coming on. And the bolt reveals twice, unable to destroy it before it gives away a couple defensive positions. However, not enough. The wall quickly destroyed, and Habibi sees a lot of people rolling out, able to get the trade onto Flicks. Dumpling Bro able to use that, get a second kill onto Psych. Popcorn able to take down Habibi. Shadow with 2 kills to finish out the round with the Ares onto Bon Voyage. And the defense is holding incredibly well, bringing... Popcorn has simmered down, unable to get a foothold, unable to get an operator into his hand, and still sitting at 3,400 credits, not able to build anything up. And it's interesting to see... the domination that's coming out. You know, you didn't really expect all that much. After 7 rounds, we were sitting at a 6-1 scoreline. Nobody above a 1-1 KD, and Habibi and Dumpling just absolutely coming out from the woodwork. Shadow with 2 kills in that round brings himself to 9-9. And a full A stack coming out of the attacking squad, and they are not coming with much. 4 ghosts, a couple light armors thrown into the mix. Classic and armor for Bon Voyage. And they are... Popcorn is going to find herself walled off in the sewers. Not able to make it onto mid. Everybody rotating, or excuse me, the rest of the team rotating through CT in towards the B main area / the market connector.
Revealing area.
A little bit of utility coming out. They're able to clear out B main as 4 of the attackers rotate towards it. It's just 1 player on site right now. However, that is all you need when you are going up against pistols. As Bomb picks up the ghost, trying to get any damage onto Cypher. However, Swan is able to quickly leave. A little bit of damage on Popcorn in mid, and that is enough to make the attack go somewhere else. Habibi dropping the stim beacon in mid, sees the Raze peeking out, and 2 shots quickly to the chest, takes out Popcorn. Dumpling Bro getting a frag onto Bon Voyage, and we are down to 2 players left. The spike is visible in mid. However, Capon on the flank is able to get a frag onto Swan, and going to, not be able to recover a rifle. Habibi walks through Capon, able to get her second of the round, and she is going to pick up a Vandal. And honestly, with rounds, when you're starting with 4 ghosts in a classic, you take whatever moral victory you can get, and taking a Vandal for free, especially as a Sage where your wall and your slows are incredibly expensive. A $600 kit you take all the bonuses you can get, and she's going to get a bonus round, able to carry that Vandal over. And unfortunately for them, though, that is about all that is positive from that round, as it is the 4th in a row from the hands of Habibi and co. And we are seeing a little bit more of a defaulted split for the attacking side. Sova hanging out on the A side ramps, getting a couple pot shots thrown at him, a little bit of mid control trying to be gained by the attacking squad. However, Sage will put a quick stop to that, taking $400, putting her wall up in mid, and that is quickly put to rest as a hole is put into it not 3 seconds after it got pulled up. You hate to see it. The molly comes to clear out vent rooms. However, it does not go nearly deep enough to really force any rotation out. In fact, draws another player in as Raze joins Brim inside the vent room, and 5 hanging out in mid. Popcorn gets the opening pick onto flank. However, that is a massive Brim ult. Not able to get any damage. However, it does put everyone back, and no information is gathered. Brim sitting behind that box in mid. It'll be interesting to see if they see him. They do not. Habibi gets the first and the second onto Psych. Bon Voyage with the operator able to take care of Habibi, but unfortunately left in a 2v3. And all the information that was gathered is going to be enough. However, Bon Voyage able to flick around, gets shot with the camera. However, able to get the frag onto Shadow. Oh, was not able to line up the op shot as Swaaee knew exactly where he was coming with the and the brilliant use of the camera. Falls down, trying to get the spike. Gets the spike taken out. However, the wall is torn down. Dumpling Bro able to get the frag onto Capon, and a 10th round in the hand of the defenders. And that brings us to 5 in a row on this side. With factoring in that final round in the first half, we have ourselves 6 in a row, and oh my goodness, 9 of the last 10 in the hands of the defense. Habibi and co doing absolutely fantastically. We are up to 22-16-8 for Habibi, and Dumpling 20-12-7. Still leading the way is Popcorn at 25-13-6, and he is unable again to buy a major gun, as he has, well, it doesn't matter what gun he bought because Popcorn is taken out of the game by Dumpling. The Boombot allowing more information to be gathered. Oh, Dumpling, we would have loved to see you pull the trigger there. However, stays disciplined, and with 4 people hanging out on A, that op on the top of that is going to become incredibly valuable. It is smoked off. And down. 4 are coming down up the ramp. Dumpling peeks out, gets the spike, gets all the information, throws out her her blast pack to be able to reposition. Looking at the top of ramp now, and at a loss for words. Oh, does not manage to see anybody. They are coming up the stairs. Operator. Oh, Capon able to take out Dumpling finally, but does manage to get 3 picks with the operator. And an upgrade for Capon. They hear the flank coming around. Habibi sitting on top of that window is going to be able to get the frag and the spike. Oh, thought about putting a wall up. However, the Oni finisher comes out. Habibi with a major kill, getting the spike into a terrible position. And Shadow is able to finish out the round, bringing his total up to 10. And Habibi and Dumpling Bro doing a lot of work to keep their team in this game and actually taking a 4-round lead. And it is Capon and Popcorn who are unable to keep up with the torrid pace of kills that they are putting down on this defensive round. And they're still stacking A. They're still willing to test Dumpling, who had the op recovered for him. And 2 people are shown. Operator v operator smartly does not peek out into it. And that owl drone from Sova on the A site will be able to verify that no one is there on A anymore. And everyone going to mid. Sewers a lot of noise. A yeet into the heaven as Popcorn is able to take down flank. They break the wall down, and Bomb Voyage breaking out the ult to do even a little bit more zoning. However, Popcorn gets a kill onto a BB with a grenade, and this is the best the offense has looked this entire half. Sitting on top of the boxes, Popcorn 3 kills in the round. It's as if he heard me, taking matters into his own hands. Bringing one back is Shadow for his 11th kill of the round. However, he is walled off CT. They know exactly where he is. Raze makes her presence known, but does not get killed. Dumpling Bro able to take down, and Shadow able to take down Popcorn. Did not think he was visible from that angle. Dumpling Bro jumping down. He does have 2 blast packs and 150 HP, walking quickly, and he's going to have to make a quick move. Dumpling gets his 2nd kill of the round. Capon gets a kill onto Shadow. Sage knows exactly where he's got to be coming from. However, she is playing the pillar perfectly. Hears it. Gets the headshot. Dumpling Bro with absolutely brilliant crosshair placement. And does he have enough time? It is sounding like it. Maybe 5 seconds left. 3.42. Regardless, a 2v4 retake. Dumpling Bro and Shadow showing exactly why they have a 5-round lead. And that brings us to match point. Absolutely brilliant play from Dumpling. 26 kills on the day, 26, 13, and 7. Still unable to keep up with Popcorn. A valiant effort on his part, getting 3 kills to open the round. Just not enough as they are caught out of position. Psych looking in the wrong area with his operator. Capon getting 1 kill, however, losing the pillar wall. And we have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds in a row coming out from the defensive side. Sova's arrow, valuable information gathered, seeing 2 players. And they are feeling a little bit antsy. However, that owl drone is going to let them know that there are 3 people there. Getting a little bit of information is Omen, and quickly coming back, and it is not looking like they want that smoke on A site. Popcorn able to get a kill into mid. And that is absolutely massive because there is only 1 person on B side. Dumpling Bro able to take down Bomb Voyage, unable to get a refrag. And they have fully rotated to the B side. Nobody is seen in mid. Raze clearing, trying to clear out the bottom of that vent room. Or excuse me, the bottom of that rope room. Shadow gets a kill onto Flix in B Heaven, and they just waited for so long. They had just about every advantage you could ever want and just did not take advantage of the push out. However, Dumpling Bro, massive kill onto Capon, dropping the spike, and gets the alt kill onto Psych, leaving Popcorn in a 1v3. They hear the reload, and Habibi takes him out, an Oni finisher to finish off the game. Dumpling Bro, 29 kills, 14 and 7. Popcorn, 30, 16 and 6, and it was Raze v Raze crying that whole game. Absolutely wonderful game from Popcorn, from Dumpling. A 454 combat score for Popcorn, leading the way. Unfortunately, in the losing effort, Dumpling Bro 443 right behind him with 29 kills, and just an absolutely fantastic. I'm about to sneeze. Oh, nope, it went away. Oh, it might come. Habibi 24, 17, and 9. Great game all around. Capon 2014 and 4 with a 255, and absolutely massive effort from the Sage. But that sets us up for our final game. Our chance for $250. We are going to be looking Team Habibi versus Danny and the boys. Can Danny and the boys be overthrown? I don't know. Juice Caboose, CommieWolverine, it's Juice and the boys. And I am seeing my teammates from Panu in the chat. K-Sherm TTV, CommieWolverine, I'm so much better than you, it's actually nuts. That's facts. That's honestly facts. Feels bad, man. Alman, you're killing me. LV, what's up? I didn't even see it in here. What is up? What is up, LV? Commie is the best. You never hit me with your tomato recipe last week, and that is a feels bad man moment. Flix, the lag was so bad we were all hitting 100. Ooh. Ooh, that is awful. That is awful. Almond, no, I do not. That is not true. Kenny, I will make sure you get banned so hard. Do not talk to LV. Do not talk to LV that way. She's the homie. She's hitting me with the recipes if she ever remembers. Dumpling bro, raise clutch easy. Absolutely massive effort from you, my man. You guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Chat, thanks for sticking with us. We have been staying right around 60 viewers this whole time. You guys are all all-stars and all beautiful people.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for staying with us during that intermission. Man, we have had some great games this morning, and I'm sure Commie will give us some details on those in just a few minutes. But before we get there, I just wanted to throw out a couple of reminders. Of course, for those of you that are new here to today's chat, this is our Community Mashup series. If you're interested in playing in any of these tournaments, please head to aquatik.gg/mashup. From there, you can enter as your own or with a team to compete in these tournaments that happen every Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Our teams are always playing for a prize pool of $250, as well as a fantastic prize for the MVP. And that MVP is decided by our pro commentator, CommieWolverine. Commie, are you there?
I am here and I am ready to go. Thank you for letting me out of the basement to use the restroom, grab another sparkling water. It means a lot to me.
Commie always has that bubbly.
I see. I've gotten a little bit more sophisticated. I have a Raz Cranberry LaCroix right now. If any reps from LaCroix are listening, please sponsor us and send us cases of sparkling water. I will be super happy.
You can just send those straight to CommieWolverine. I'm sure he'll be happy to provide his address.
Oh, absolutely. I am very willing to dox myself for sparkling water.
Well, Commie, why don't you tell me a little bit about what you were seeing there? I mean, I saw some incredible plays. I mean, Raze was doing some interesting things. But what are your thoughts?
I could not have said it better myself. It has really been a tale of the two raises, or I guess three raises throughout the beginning part of this tournament. We saw Swaaee absolutely take control of the first match, leading their team, Danny and the boys, to a 13-1 win. You have to be either Swaaee is an absolute maniac or Raze is broken when you're out fragging DannySteel in any situation. And then when you go to the second game, you had Popcorn versus Dumpling. And it was just tit for tat, operator in hand, blast packs in hand, grenades in hand, just fragging their little ever-loving minds out. I mean, I think it was 30 for Popcorn and 29 for Dumpling in that game. We've seen some wonderful brimstone play out of both Habibi and Goldtec. So we are setting ourselves up for a really interesting final, taking home the $250. I think it's going to really come down to who can come alive in the not necessarily the bottom portions, but more of the support characters. Because we know Danny can frag, we know Swaaee can frag, we know Dumpling can frag, we know Habibi can frag, but whoever shows up in this final round in the form of support characters, whether it's Swan running the Cypher, JeNeSis on Sage showed she was incredibly capable with the gun in her hand as well as the ice walls. We're going to be seeing a heck of a match one way or the other.
It's always great to see when you have a Sage who also is fragging.
Anytime you can get some frags out of a Sage, you're having yourself a really good game. You're putting yourself in a very good position to win. So long as your entry players are doing the same, having that Sage on the field, locking down angles, getting assists via heals, slowing down enemy pushes, slowing down retakes. Really an all-around incredibly viable character in the right hands. And, I've said it, I think I said it 2 weeks ago, JeNeSis is one of the better Sage players we've had in our tournaments, and it's really a pleasure to watch her frag.
Absolutely, I would agree. And we're just about ready to dive into those tournaments, but first, it's time for another Aquatik uplink. Riptide, can you set me up with that uplink, please? It is coming now. It's up. Fantastic. So with that uplink, everyone, of course, the first person to claim that code that you see down there at the bottom is going to claim $25 for Valorant as a gift card there. So enjoy. I'm just going to give everyone a few minutes to snag on to that, and then you know what time it is. It's time for us to dive into these matches. Now, of course, Commie, I don't even think you know this, but I have a little bit of a surprise. At the end of it, The players are going to be playing against Neptune's Elite, right? The winning team. But this
As
week,
is tradition.
this week, Neptune's Elite is being led by New and his team that we saw last week.
Ooh.
That's a little
Yeah,
exciting
no,
piece of
nobody
news,
tells
right?
me anything, so they get to give me such fun little surprises. I love it. A champion v champion.
Yes. So very
We could
excited.
have. I'm excited. I'm excited. We could be seeing. Danny versus New. We could be seeing the new rising challengers for their chance to enter into Neptune's Elite. This is shaping up to be a good second half.
It's going to be great. Well, Commie, as always, I'm going to leave you here with the chat while I head over to get the game ready to go. So I'll be leaving this to you. But in the meantime, everyone, I'll see you in the arena.
Chat, it's just me and you now. I don't think they're gonna cut my audio out this time. I'd appreciate it if they didn't cut my audio out this time. How we doing, chat? What do we think of the first couple games? Let's get some predictions. Let's get some predictions, chat. Are we gonna be seeing Danny and the boys or Habibi and the boys taking on last week's champions? What do you guys think? Fajita boy tagging me. The sexy voice of CommieWolverine broke the audio. I wish I had that power. Also, Fajita boy, give this announcer a job. Boy, do I have good news for you. I'm not here out of the goodness of my heart, even though I would be. I am technically employed. Fajita boy swag, with a quick change of pace, I wish they would cut your audio out. Oh my god, that is a feels bad man moment. Official GB drops 34 in the final match. Poggers. Good to have you here. Oh, Fajita boy got his message deleted. Oh, that's okay. He can say mean things to me. That's totally fine. He's not the one. He's not the one writing the checks, as it were. But I do appreciate you having my back, LV. Danny versus New is the game to watch. Not gonna lie, I would be pretty down for that final matchup. Let's go. We are playing Haven, by the way, adding a brand new map. Well, not a brand new map to the game, but a brand new map to our tournament today. Playing the 3-sidey boy, my personal least favorite map to play on, but here we are, polishing off that sparkling water. Voice is feeling good. Let's get into our championship match. I'm feeling. Give me quick before we get started. Let's hit a score prediction. What do you guys think? Alrighty, and I suppose I should start doing my job, getting into the game. Danny and the boys starting out on defense, in my opinion, a harder task to do on this map. Habibi and the boys playing on the attack side. Team composition wise, both teams running Cypher, both teams running Sage, both teams running a Brim, both teams running a Raze. Really the only difference is a Phoenix traded out for a Sova. Danny running his main, trying to add a little bit more frags into the mist. And just on cue, a Raze nade coming out from the garage, stalling a push out just a little bit. Unfortunately, no damage being done. Oh, actually a little bit on the Brimstone. And they are making noise outside of C long, and it is looking like a C split. Habibi able to take down and tap away at DannySteel, unable to get the escape from the garage, and the C split is in full effect. Cypher Trap taking out Dumpling, able to take down Swaaee. Dumpling with a headshot onto Juice. JeNeSis bringing one back as Habibi is taken out inside garage. Goldtec slowing down the push, not able to get very much. Goldtec taking down Swaaee, however, Dumpling able to get a third and Shadow to finish it out on JeNeSis. And the C split works for the attacking side. A little bit of patience in Dumpling Bro, continuing his fragging ways from split with 3 kills onto the round and upgrading his Ghost into a Spectre in full armor. 2 shorties coming out on the side of Goldtec and Danny. a pistol in light armor, a Glock, if you will, in the hands. Swaaee for a second thinking about bringing out a Marshall, however, thinks back better of it and full ecos. And one of the shorties goes away as well. And if it works once, it might work twice. Danny and the boys are looking at facing down a C split from Dumpling and company. And the nade comes out, clears a little bit onto site. No Cypher trip or anything to slow them down, just a camera in sight. And Sage has already rotated. Unfortunately, a lot of damage being put out. Swaaee getting the knife kill onto Habibi. Oh, and JeNeSis is taken out, as is Swaaee, able to get a frag onto Juice. And a 4-man plant left alive for the retake. Very, very low health onto Swaaee. However, he did get a knife kill out of it, so it might be worth it, and does pick up an SMG. 4v3, and one coming from a long flank. That is Swaaee getting a kill onto flank. Goldtec getting a kill onto Swaaee. However, Shadow hanging out in the right corner, able to get 2. Swaaee bringing one back with the nade. Oh, and a headshot onto with Goldtec. However, Shadow with the superior gun, able to finish out the round. However, that was quite an expensive second round, and it'll be interesting to see how that affects the buys. And it is SMGs all around. Dumpling unable. Oh, Dumpling does opt to go for the Bulldog. 3 SMGs. Habibi has not decided what he wants to purchase yet. We are seeing a full rifle purchase coming out on the defensive side. 2 Phantoms, 3 Phantoms, 2 Vandals, full armor, and despite losing the first 2 rounds, they do have an a weaponry advantage going into that round. DannySteel peeking A short, able to get a kill onto flank, and already a major pick for the defense, evening the odds, and everyone is headed towards A as Danny has fully retreated back into heaven. 3 mans, 2 men on A, and 1 hanging out in that connector area. Able to quickly rotate, making a little bit of noise is Dumpling, trying to sell the fake. However, they have not baited out a full rotation yet, and all the sound should even out. And we already see Cypher going much more towards B, and they're looking to go through garage into C and going to run straight into Raze, who is able to get the kill onto Habibi. Swaaee hanging out behind those doors, rotating back towards site. The spike is headed up long. This time there is a little bit more Cypher utility there. Dumpling able to get a kill onto Juice on the B site, and Cypher peeking out gets hit up a good deal. Swaaee get a kill onto Dumpling. DannySteel getting his presence known. Shadow, however, able to get a kill onto Sage. No, and one more is there. Burst firing his SMG, not able to do much about that as Danny gets his 3rd kill of the round, bringing his total to 3-2-2, 5-2-0 for Swaaee. Goldtec 2 kills onto the round. JeNeSis and Juice 1 kill betwixt the 2, that belonging to JeNeSis. Shadow doing an absolutely bang up job. 5-1-0, Dumpling 5-2-0, and unfortunately not much production beyond that. Habibi and Swaaee sitting on 1 flank, 2 assists, and you take what you can get with your Sage. Unable to land a frag quite yet. And a little bit slower as we are looking towards a mid/C split. Work for them in the last couple rounds. Swaaee quick getting the frag. However, Habibi making his presence known, running a shorty in the face of Swaaee. Juice, however, is able to take care of Habibi, saving that rifle from getting into the hands of the attacking squad. 2 classics and a ghost left. And not much hope for much else. However, when you have Raze nades, you have hope. JeNeSis getting her 2nd kill of the round. Dumpling better with the classic than is JeNeSis. However, Juice picking up his 2nd and 3rd eco frag of the round, getting the Oni finisher out there. And well, very, very well played by Juice, saving and bringing us to a tied scoreline. But the money is now in the banks of the attacking squad, and saving up 4 guns is going to reward Dumpling Bro with an operator, 2 SMGs, a Phantom, and a Vandal. However, they're running up against the full rifles, 2 Vandals, 3 Phantoms in the hands of the defensive squad. And they are running outside of B, and absolute mad lads pushing down, taking mid control. Danny doing his best to get a pick, unfortunately unable to, but they have established just an absolute massive amount of control. Already 2 in the B window, and they have to be aware that that flank is possible. Defenders have also already pushed out and cleared off a large chunk of the map. They know everyone must be going to C, and we see Danny and JeNeSis rotate towards that C site. The operator makes its presence known, forcing them off that long angle. Shadow able to get a kill onto Swaaee in that window. JeNeSis getting a frag onto Habibi. JeNeSis with her second kill of the round, getting a frag onto Shadow, clearing out the garage area, leaving only 3 alive and headed down long. Cypher's camera getting a tag onto the rival Cypher, and Goldtec getting a kill on a much too aggressive Dumpling bro. And a res coming out, however, Juice is able to get a kill onto the spike, and Juice able to get his second of the round onto Swan. Great plays holding the side. They were able to get a res. Unfortunately, it does not pay off. Oh, excuse me, that was the defense who got the res. I am brain dead. I apologize to both my friends and family for that error. JeNeSis bringing the defensive odds even better, getting a 3rd round in the bank, and that is 3 in a row, and in a much more even kill spread than we have seen across our first 2 matches. 6-5, 4-3, and 3. Shadow and Dumpling holding up their team with 6 apiece. And not as aggressive on the B push out. However, there is going to be taking a long and a short control by Danny and Goldtec. And Danny is rewarded for that short control with a kill onto Shadow. And a good deal of damage is put onto Danny. However, he will quickly rotate back, heal himself up with his Molotov and or with his with his firewall, and make sure that no one's pushing him. However, 4 are lined up towards garden, and they might not expect Goldtec to be there. No trigger discipline, unfortunately, for Goldtec, as he is immediately refragged by flank. Short is blocked off. Raze v Raze looks like it's headed to come into fruition as Dumpling finds out that there's a tripwire and yeets his way back out of garage. The head peeks out, and Swaaee is able to take the head off of Dumpling, one-taps him into the dirt, and it is a 3v2, just Flank and Swan left alive. However, they do have an open B site, and that is where Flank is headed. Swaaee able to get a kill onto Swan out of garage, and Juice quickly rotating, knowing there's only a couple places that he could be, gets the kill onto Flank. And Swaaee leading the way, 8 kills, 4 deaths, 6 for Juice, 3 deaths, 3 assists. Danny 4-2-2, not having to do the heavy lifting. Goldtec 4-3-1, JeNeSis 4-5-5, doing a great job, all playing their roles and taking a 4-2 lead. Money is broken as 2 classics, 4 classics, and a shorty in the hands of the attacking squad, and it is going to be hard to do much more than that, and they know they have them in a weird financial position. Do the defense, and that has led to a push down C. Down B. Ooh, Swaaee from garage gets 3 frags. Danny picking up a BB in mid. And Shadow does manage to get a kill onto Danny. It does cost him and takes him down to very low HP, 28 left on him. And they are just in hot pursuit. He does have the shorty, so he might be able to get one. However, JeNeSis pre-firing the angle gets the kill through the wall. Shadow falls. And all things considered, a very clean eco round. Cypher picking up his traps, saving them to take him into the next round. And that should bring us into another gun round, but they are still... There is still a struggle to get a complete buy. I don't think since the 3rd round we've seen a full buy on the attacking side. And still an interesting choice from Swan. 4,600 to start the round. I guess buys all of his utility and therefore can't afford full shields. He is the only one with light shields. We do have an operator in the hand of DannySteel, and he is looking down A long. That is taken. The Owl Drone does see it. B is walled up immediately, and they are pushing down that A short. That slows the push. Goldtec able to take care of it. Goldtec able to get a frag. Danny getting the kill. Oh my god, it is absolute pandemonium. It is almost impossible to keep track of what just happened. However, we are left in a 2v2. Trades coming in all around. Swaaee on the flank, drops the spike. Knows they have to be close and taps away. Shadow unable to get a kill going up that ramp. And an absolutely massive flank. Swaaee 13-4-0. Money capped. Unable to buy anything. Doesn't need to use it. I think probably going to buy for his teammates just to even out the money a little bit. And we're going to be seeing back-to-back buys. The attacking round able to buy full rifles again. And they just have had no recipe for success. And I said it was a little bit easier to be an attacker. However, with an op being able to take down the long angles, it does make it very, very hard to push. No utility being used. They do see one on the owl drone and gets a tag. Ray's already moving up short. And they are doing a little bit of baiting. However, there's two sitting on B and they do see flank through the window. And JeNeSis and Goldtec waiting for them on the A site, and that is going to be enough to drive them back. Flank using the slow on absolutely 0 people in long, and the attacking team regroups and the op shot rings out. Unfortunately, it does not hit anyone, as it is a 5v5 going into 50 seconds left in the round. Spike is going towards garage. Dumpling Bro looking to take off a flank. Unable to land the shot onto JeNeSis, and they know at least one is hanging outside of B. The rest rotating towards C, and the spike is taken down by Juice. However, Shadow is there to refrag it. Danny takes care of Shadow in middle. Danny takes care of Habibi in window. In the midst of his ult, doing what he does best. And Cypher able to send the ult back. However, oh, Swan and Dumpling Bro able to do insanely good work, bringing it down to a 1v2, getting the spike planted. Goldtec could be able to stop it, however, he does not get the spike planted, and it is a retake situation. Goldtec has absolutely no information onto where the enemy Raze is. Gonna do a fake, and he has the sense of where they are coming from, and that Boombot is going to confirm it. The Blast Pack is going to confirm it. Goldtec gets the frag, runs around, gonna be able to pick up DannySteel's op, take that into the next round. He had it halfway, so he's got a little bit of time to play with. Going to defuse for that 7th round on the board. And it is not looking good. That money situation, they're still going to be able to buy again, given that they got the plant. Dumpling Bro, unfortunately, the only one with not enough money to full buy out. Going to see if he can get a purchase from one of the members on his team, and it looks like Swan has just enough to buy him a rifle. However, it will make Swan dead broke for the next round. And a couple of ults ready. Sova and Sage's ult on the attacking side could come in handy. And they are showing a little bit more of a default look. A couple going out into B, and that is going to that Spoombot is going to let them know that there's someone there and worth nading. They do send the nade out, and it does no damage. Dumpling Bro able to get an opening pick onto JeNeSis, and that Sage is out for the rest of the round. The attack very rarely getting an opening pick, so it is good to see them do it, and they are droning out the C site, making a lot of noise. The spike is alone, unfortunately, in mid. Goldtec evening the odds. Habibi taking out Goldtec. That refrag is very important. And Swaaee is going to see the spike and gets a headshot, and that spike is down dead in the middle of mid. And that is not what you want to see. Swaaee taking advantage of the bad position of the spike for a second kill onto Habibi. Shadow is able to put an end to that. Oh, and they did not get the spike yet, and they have Danny with an op in mid.
Revealing area.
Both of the attacking teammates are rolling towards mid. One sitting in window, one sitting on the side of mid. Swan peeks out and gets killed by... Oh my god, he didn't die. He was able to get the frag and got walled by the operator, so he's taken down to pretty low health, and that 2v2 has now become a 2v1 and an operator in a retake scenario. Danny hears one running through that connector area from garage. tripwire goes down. That'll block off, or at the very least alert the push. And oh, he spent too much time setting up utility. Danny able to get that kill on to Swaaee, and he picks up a Vandal, and we are not quite done with this round yet. Sova has no idea where he's coming from. However, he does hear the jump up and is checking garage. Danny going to flash himself. Unfortunately, the flash does not go out. Checks that corner. And using the ult to the fullest of his ability and gets the kill onto him, and Danny trying to push the ult. However, Shadow was far enough back, and absolutely love to see that Sova strategy pay off. Able to get 2 kills. There was nothing else for Danny to do. Maybe he could have run into garage and tried to save the operator. However, when you're up 7-3, you gotta you have the ability to make a couple little hero plays and see if it pays off. Able to do a lot of economic damage, as you can tell by the 2 SMGs being bought, light armor and a Vandal onto Habibi. And you know, I said at the beginning of this match it was going to come down to which support players took on the role of fragging, doing my goodness, I just lost my train of thought. Danny with a frag onto Swaaee, and I'm in the middle of stumbling over the English language. And some spam coming through mid, but whichever support players were able to pick up some of the frag weight off the shoulders of Swaaee and Danny respectively, and Dumpling and Habibi on the attacking team. And you can tell by the bottoms of the leaderboards, 8-5-2 for Goldtec, Juice 7-5-4, even JeNeSis 6-8-8. Doing a lot of work that the 4-10-2 Habibi, the 4-11-4 Swaaee, and the 1-9-2 Flank just are not able to do, and the 7-3 scoreline is indicative of that. And that being said, Flank, being the entry fragger, a questionable decision, gets immediately killed by Juice. Danny gets his second off shot, getting killed by Dumpling. The Cypher ult comes out, and they know exactly where the spike is, and now they know exactly where the enemy players are, and they're just going to have to file down long. Juice able to get the kill through the Cypher trap onto Swaaee, and the flank is coming in. Goldtec with his second of the round, and Juice getting a 3rd kill of the round, bringing his total to 10-5-4, holding down that C site absolutely masterfully. And on Haven specifically, if you were running a Cypher, you need to be able to hold down a site solo, because there's just so much ground to cover, and typically the default is 2 on A, 1 on B, 1 garage, 1 C, and that Cypher all out on an island has to make the best use of his traps to slow down pushes, and when push comes to shove, hitting the shots is as crucial as it gets. That being said, Danny has done a fantastic job getting early picks on A, really inhibiting people's desire to go towards that site. And well, I say that, and we are seeing Reyna's push up short, and Goldtec immediately there to get the kill. Swaaee and they are trading the operator amongst themselves, kind of just looking at it, and it ends up in the hands of Slay going towards mid. Spike up a short. And a little bit of information finding Danny able to win the gunfight onto Swaaee. He had every advantage. Danny gets a 2nd kill onto flank. Goldtec taking down Shadow. 5 alive versus 1 Brimstone. That Brimstone is stuck in short, and Habibi is able to get the frag onto Goldtec. However, he will not be much longer for this world as Danny... Oh, Habibi is able to get the frag. JeNeSis coming down short, able to clean up. Danny and Goldtec going down, and JeNeSis with a completely pointless res, as that was the last round of the half, leads us to a 9-3 scoreline. And this is going down well. This is going down well if you are a fan of Danny and the boys and want to see the 2 champions of our 2 community matchups meet up. That is Team New, who is awaiting the winner of this, $50, and the MVP of the tournament getting a Razer headset. So this is exciting. This is exciting. Swaaee leading the way, 15-6-0. Danny 13-7-4. 11-6-3 from Goldtec. 10-5-4 from Juice. 7-8-8. An absolutely fine scoreline from JeNeSis, doing everything that she needs to do to be an asset to her team. 11-11-0 going into this second half for Dumpling. And no information gathered from that Sova arrow. Shadow shot down as he is 10-9-0, 6-12-2 for Habibi. Fun to say, not necessarily doing great for this round. Swan 4-13-5, and a tale of two sages, 1-11-2 as flank goes down. Habibi able to get a frag onto Swaaee. JeNeSis 2 of her own. Dumpling and Swan going down. Juice with the headshot onto Habibi, and Juice with his second of the round onto Shadow, and that is borderline clinical. Swaaee, the top frag going down, and it almost looked like it didn't matter. JeNeSis bringing herself to 9-8-8. Not a single member of the Danny and the boys squad going negative, and that brings them 3 rounds in a row, 1 to lead off, and what they're sitting at 10 of the last 11 rounds won. And it's really feeling like the last part of this is all a formality. We're seeing Swaaee wants to end it early, bringing out the Phantom. 3 Ghosts, a Spectre in the hands of Goldtec, 2 Shorties, 3 Classics. Danny able to get a kill early onto flank. Habibi pushing out into his smoke. Oh, missed nade. Oh, Swaaee, absolutely fantastic play. Habibi missing both of his shorty shots, and there's not going to be time to reload with Habibi with a Phantom. And Garage and mid control has been taken. There's just 1 remaining on that side of the map as Raze is going through mid, and Goldtec able to get the kill onto Shadow, and that side is open. Dumpling not quick enough on the shorty trigger pull as Swaaee is able to take the frag with the Phantom, and it is looking like a perfect round. Juice headshot from distance down on the A push out towards Garden, able to finish a perfect round, and Money is doing well in the hands of Danny and the boys, 11-3. This is pretty much a must-win round if you are Dumpling, if you are Shadow, if you are Habibi, Swan, or Flink. If there was ever a time to find a second gear, this would be the time to do it. Because if you lose this round, you are going to be absolutely dead broke. Dumpling with 100 left, Shadow with 900, Habibi with 2. Support players opting for Spectre buys, however, judging by the way that they've been fragging, it is not going to matter whether or not they have a rifle in their hands, to be perfectly honest. But that being said, we begin our round, and Swaaee gets a kill on the Dumpling, and that is what you want to see. A win can only come, and JeNeSis able to get a kill onto Swan, and quickly the A site has fallen. 3 players on. JeNeSis misses his slow. We'll pretend we didn't see that as she slows her own teammates in the site. Habibi gets a kill onto Swaaee, but that wall comes down very quickly, cutting off that connector area, and they're hearing and no, not seeing since the wall. Oh, JeNeSis, absolutely fantastic shot through onto Habibi, and they are down to just 2 players. Sova and Sage, 1 in heaven, 1 in connector. Oh, no, they're both in heaven. Danny able to get the kill through the wall, or Danny able to get the kill onto Shadow and through the wall onto flank. JeNeSis absolutely blew that round wide open, and able to clean up everything at the end is Danny. 17-7-4 for him. Not to be outdone. Swaaee 18-8-0, doing Raze things in a Raze map, and it is the Raze difference right now as the top frag is still Raze. Dumpling and Bro 11-14-1, and just not able to get anything going are the defensive team. And it's looking like we're going to have a title fight of all title fights. 2 of our past champions, our 2 past champions, going head to head. JeNeSis getting hit with the spy dart, throws her gun trying to remove the dart. G is very close to the F key, and they are pushing down a Dumpling Bro with a shotgun in the bottom. The boombot comes out as she tries to, she's gonna hang out in that corner still, and it seems like Danny knows exactly where she is, going to watch that push out, and they are going to think better of the A site, which is a very good decision considering 4 players have rotated from A. Only Brimstone not at the A site at the moment. And quickly, as I say that, Shadow looking to rotate, and he's still biased in the A connector. If they go C right now, they're going to be playing a 5v4 retake scenario. Coming into the smoke, TSM style, going to flash out of it. They burst out onto the site. They do not see Habibi. They do not see Habibi soon enough to keep Danny alive. match point, and it is bringing out the best in the defense flank, able to get a kill, and then immediately reflagged, and it is a 2v3. Dumpling and Shadow still alive, just Goldtec and JeNeSis, as JeNeSis takes a position up long with that C connector walled off from Garage. Cypher looking in the spawn area. Garage going to be manned by Shadow as he takes it down and does see the feet of Shadow. Unfortunately, he does have to reload and comes down. JeNeSis able to get a kill down long on the Goldtec, able to surprise Shadow, not expecting him to push out. JeNeSis with the frag, doing absolutely fantastic. 13, 8, and 9 for her. And the 2v3 retake looks simple. And ladies and gentlemen, they have only dropped 4 rounds in the 2 games that they have played today. 13-1 and 13-3. And your champions are Danny and the boys. $50 going home to them. Playing absolutely out of their minds. Absolutely brilliant showing. 295, 285, 257, and 228 are the average combat scores for the top 4 players, being Swaaee, Danny, Goldtec, JeNeSis in that order. Dumpling doing his best at 225 and 201. Everyone else in the 100s. Flank, unfortunately, with a double-digit combat score. And we are going to be seeing a champion v champion, a heavyweight title fight in our final show match. Congratulations to Swaaee, Danny, Goldtec, JeNeSis, and Juice for their 2nd Community Mashup Championship.
What's going on, Commie and everybody?
I'll tell you what, I said at the beginning that I thought we were going to see a competitive Raze v Raze dogfight to the end, and that was borderline surgical precision on the Haven map from Swaaee, Danny, Goldtec, JeNeSis, and Juice, showing us why they were our first champions.
Oh man, I saw that early rocket from Swaaee earlier on that took out almost the entire enemy team. Amazing.
It's brutal. It's brutal. There is nothing more depressing, nothing more tilting, depending upon your mindset, than looking up into the sky, seeing a rocket launcher pointed directly at you, and there's just nothing you can do about it. Swaaee using the character to the best of the character's ability, and it really showed in our results here.
Well, Commie, that's great news. You know, there was a fantastic game. Of course, Danny and his team have claimed the $250 prize. However, there's still an MVP prize up for grabs that we're not quite ready to announce, but I'm sure you have your thoughts and are excited to talk about that very shortly.
Oh, you know I'm always excited to talk, Neptjun. I love the sound of my own voice.
Well, this is a great fit then. Of course, y'all, we're getting ready to have an amazing match. I mean, Commie, you watched New and his team play last week. I mean, any thoughts for our viewers that may not have witnessed that battle?
You know, the story of that tournament was really what GB was able to do. He had 30 in the first game on Bind. I cannot remember for the life of me who they played. Then he dropped somewhere close in the mid-20s, and in the finals dropped another 20 bomb. I think he was somewhere in the mid-20s again. GB really taking over, using his ult to perfection, Phoenix flashes everywhere, able to get the entries onto site. And they're a pre-made squad. We're looking at, Danny and the boys, obviously, fantastic team, been playing together for a while, at least through our tournaments. But running into another pre-made squad, it'll be incredibly interesting to see how this how this final matchup plays, because you're going to be running into coordination v coordination, strat v strat. And, I've said this before, a few of the blowouts, I think we might actually get a dogfight in this one.
Oh.
I don't think we're going to be seeing a 13-3, a 13-1, a 13-5. I think we're going to see a competitive match that's going to come down to the wire.
Well, great. I can't wait to see it. I'm going to go get that geared up while you handle the chat here. So let's go get New and Danny's teams are ready to go. In the meantime, I'll see you in the arena.
Chat, we have the final that we wanted. New versus New and GB. And they're going to be facing Danny and the boys. We have no map pick yet. We have no bans yet or anything like that. So I'm excited to see where that leads. But what do you guys think? Who do you guys think should be MVP? Chat's MVP pick. Shadow, thank you for the host, brother. You played well. You just kind of ran into a steam, the steam engine that is Danny and the boys. Swaaee, I've been waiting for to be nominated for MVP. Nominating myself feels a little bit self-interesting. But if you're gonna nominate me, I feel no guilt claiming those headphones for myself. Explode. I do decide the MVP. I can give it to whoever I please. But I want to hear what you guys say. I'm talking to you. Explode, who's your MVP? You tell me. Shadow, yeah, that team is good. Running into a Explo with the MVP vote for himself, showing absolutely no remorse. Key Lime nominating LV. You guys are no help at all. I do agree though. I do agree. LV is the real MVP, the MVP of chat. Key Lime, don't sell yourself short. You can be co-MVPs. A lot of juicers in chat. Juice, Juice was holding it down, so to speak. Nominates for Shadow and Swaaee. Good choice. Danny always winning. LV, Jesus Christ, we ran into this issue last week where you couldn't remember anyone's names. And you said you were going to write them down, and here we are, not writing them down. Waking up at 3 p.m. What are you doing, bud? What are you doing? Some nominations for Habibi? Habibi for MVP. Oh God, we have a hashtag for me, and I freaking love it. LV, you're getting called out left and right here. Are you gonna take this? You have bans. You can ban people. They hate. Oh nope, you can't ban. Crypto quick. We've been noticed by the CommieWolverine. Absolutely. I'm just sitting here reading chat. Explos. Sova doesn't get enough love in pubs. Doesn't get enough love, but if you have a guy, if any of my boys are still here, if you ever see Turned Green in chat, a good Sova is absolutely crucial in organized play and upper level, like ranked, what have you. Absolutely crucial. Just the information that he can get, the shock darts, getting chip damage, cutting off rotations, being able to stop. We saw it. I can't remember. Goodness gracious, I can't remember who was running the Sova for like Shadow. Shadow was running Sova, I believe. If I'm 99% sure. But so he was able to get the kill onto Danny while simultaneously stopping a defuse in a 1v1 from like 50 meters away, and just absolutely it's a massive character to have if you do it correctly. But we are getting it going. Key Lime, you're wild. It's another merch giveaway. Gear up, boys. We're going for it. And as that merch is given away, we are getting into our final match of the day. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with us, listening to me ramble on. And we have Team New versus Team Danny and the boys. New, Rex 209er. I'm watching Rex 209er. Old boy played absolutely massive in the 2 games that he was with the team last week on their way to the championship. Obviously, GV. always someone to keep the cam on, as he is just frag out potential. And we are playing Bind, our second time of the day. And we saw what Danny and the boys can do on Bind. That was the map they 13-1. And we have a little default spread out. Trying to see if anyone's going to get too aggressive. Is New peeking into showers. And a quick rotate from Rays towards B site, which is where the spike is headed. Primitive, oh my god. Switch, can we get the observer to switch to primitive real quick and look at this monstrosity of a crosshair? Oh my god. It's so bad. Oh my, I love this. I love every second of it. And Jet is taking down the first Jet we've seen today in the hands of Autopsy. And they inch their way into Hookah and do not do anything. However, they are running towards the site that they had stacked, as Omen Rex has made his way into U-Haul. A lot of damage being done by to the attackers. However, they are not able to complete any of the kills and get all three waiting on site. And they see one in rotation, and that is Goldtec and Rex able to get a kill on a Goldtec. Rex with his 4th kill of the game onto Swaaee. What a pistol round from Rex. Able to use his abilities to get all the way to U-Haul and just doing absolute insane amount of damage. Already up to 4,100 in the bank, and he might just hang out and stay with that ghost. And there we are seeing, oh baby, the counter by 5 shotguns. Four judges and 1 Bucky in the hands of the defense, and you can bet your sweet patootie they are going to be playing some tight angles with that. Oh, this is absolutely hilarious. Goldtec taking a very forward position. Swaaee, or excuse me, Juice taking an absolutely forward position. Oh, no, Juice is just hanging out in the back. Sage able to get the first kill onto GB. However, New tapping away. Danny gets a kill onto Autopsy. And the presence is being made felt. However, they're going into a 2v2, and if the spike goes down, it is going to be very hard to retake. They do see Sova.
Found them.
Gets a little bit of damage. Primitive getting a frag onto Danny. And that stun coming out will send the spike rotating. Oh, and Brim is in perfect position. He is waiting. Gets the frag onto Danny, gets the frag on to Goldtec. However, able to quickly get traded, and we have Rex and New rotating towards B with Cypher rotating quickly. And Rex is yeeting all the way back to A. And New able to get that pick in Hookah, and it has become a 2v1. And frankly, this has been just an absolute blast of fun to watch, but I'm thinking we might be at the tail end of the fun. 1 shot hitting, however, from that distance, the judge is notoriously low in damage, taking maybe 7 HP off. However, Swaaee able to get good damage onto Sova. But time and distance are on the side of the attacking team. And Swaaee making a little bit of noise. Checks that corner. Oh, lands some shots on the head. Takes Omen down. 45 health, 43 left. There was a shot if he was able to get that kill. However, he is not. And our week 2 champions are able to carry on their winning ways, going up 2-0, and that bye is really going to hurt them for this round, as only upgraded pistols are being brought in. JeNeSis and DannySteel, Ghost, Judge in the hands of Swaaee, a sawed-off in the hands of Juice, and Goldtec with the Frenzy pick. The first time we've seen a Frenzy today. And full rifles in the hands of New, Rex, Primitive, and GB. Autopsy has a rifle. Primitive is the only person with an SMG. 4 assists to her name already. And we are seeing presence on the A site. Omen lurking in the B long area, trying to maintain a little bit of a presence. And you can tell with that smoke that he has been able to keep 3 people on that site. And Omen just making noise. You'd love to see this strategy being brought out. GB able to get the frag onto the Sage, coming outside from short. And they have made their way onto the site.
Enemy down.
GB and Primitive taking out Swaaee and DannySteel respectively, and the site has fallen. Cypher is on a long flank. Omen making some noise. Little does he know that Brimstone is hanging out very close to him. Trying to keep... Oh, and Rex able to keep his perfect streak alive. He is sitting at 7-0. New also perfect at a less impressive, but also good 3-0. And this round is going to come to a quick end. Yep. Too much movement, too much spread. Autopsy is able to take out Juice. And frankly, a fight he should win 10 out of 10 times. And quickly 3-0. GB and company taking the lead 7-0-0 from Rex. New with 3-0-0. Primitive 2-1-4. GB 2-1-0. And Autopsy as a Jet on the bottom of the leaderboard. Frankly, hasn't seen many people at 1-1-0. And we see Goldtec, Danny, and JeNeSis all with 1 kill apiece, 3 deaths, 0-3 from both Juice and Swaaee. And some presence being made down A short, quickly bringing out the rotation from Raze. Rifles in the hands of everybody, our first full gun round of the day. Or excuse me, of the game. And JeNeSis making it very inconvenient to make any moves up short. Shower controls early taken by New. And GB, a little bit of information gotten as that ultimate comes out from Rex. Sees the site and able probably to call out JeNeSis' position, which GB takes full advantage of. Danny able to get the kill onto Primitive, however, and drops the bomb in short, bringing out a full rotation as 4 people stack the site, running into 4. However, Omen able to get around the tripwires and call out to his teammates that there is absolutely no one on B. GB able to get a kill onto Danny and go quickly into the teleporter. All 3 headed out, and that spike is going to get planted. The camera has been taken out. And the 3 rotating through CT, using the smoke as cover. However, Juice able to get 3 kills. And New is nowhere to be found. He is just going to have to save his rifle. Juice absolutely saving the round for his teammates, barely taking any damage in the process. Ladies and gentlemen, you love to see a round where the Juice is in fact loose. That is an OJ Simpson reference. I absolutely love that I can get that out onto the air. Unfortunately, the perfect streak is broken for Rex as he falls to his first death. New still alive at 3-0, but a very big win for Danny and the boys. 3 kills in the round, and his first 3 kills of the game as he top frags for Danny and the boys is Juice coming alive. And more presence being felt towards A. However, it is only Jet alone on B with the spike. They're getting a little tricky with it.
Joke's over.
Jet seeing if she could get a pick down long with the operator. However, she is not able to, and that spike might be changing hands. Nope, they are not. And if they had waited even a little bit longer, they would have been able to get that frag onto Raze. However, Rex getting to pick onto JeNeSis, very big. And the site has been taken. Smokes have held them off for a while. However, the worst time for GB as that smoke goes away and Juice is able to get 2 frags up. Autopsy and Foxy and New. And Swaaee is able to get the frag. And we have ourselves a nearly flawless round. JeNeSis the only one to fall on the entry, but the retake 5v4. Quickly taken. Juice with 2 big kills, Danny with 1, Goldtec with his first of the match, and Swaaee with a frag. And we come to a 3-2, and frankly, it was looking pretty bad for this attack, for this defensive squad, but they have settled in to bind remembering why they like this map so much and starting to pick up some kills, holding sights better. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments that New and company end up making. And you can see one adjustment they're already making. They are shading very heavily towards B, and that is where there has been a 3-stack this entire game. Oh, no.
Bomb buddy out.
Cypher quickly rotating away. Swaaee, oh. And he waits just a second too long. Oh, Swaaee still manages to get a kill onto GB. He is not able necessarily to get the kill that they wanted. Primitive able to get res onto GB, and Autopsy refrags Swaaee, turning a 5v4 one direction to a 5v4 the other direction, and New from long able to get a pick onto Juice.
Smoke's down.
And they know that this is going to be B-hit. JeNeSis a little late in rotation, and they're facing a full retake situation. Danny in the back of sight, pinged by the recon bolt. Unfortunately, not going to be able to stay on site and hold it any longer. And all 3 players rotate towards A. However, JeNeSis is there, not holding showers, interestingly enough. So the site is gotten. They have been able to get onto site. Danny with a frag does not know how deep that jet has gotten onto the site. New tries to get a kill, and they know the spike is being planted on the armored personnel character. Autopsy knifing JeNeSis from across the map with her, and able to get a burst fire kill onto Goldtec for her 3rd on the round. And Danny just going to be trying to get out of there with his life. Gets 1 bullet towards him on the exit from heaven, and unfortunately, that is just getting waited on with wonderful crosshair placement, great discipline, getting the kill onto Autopsy, denying a 4K. And it is not looking like anyone else is going to try to take the rifle out of their hands, and that brings DannySteel and Juice tied for top frags on their team, 5-4-1. However, there is being outshined by them both is Rex with 8-3-1, 4-1-2, and an operator in hands is New. GB coming alive, 4-4-1, and Danny down to 1 point of health. Oh my goodness, if he would have lost that from peeking out, that would have been absolutely devastating fiscally for them. As it stands, he would have only had 3,400, unable to buy a rifle. However, they are going to be able, with that salvaged rifle, to full buy out and get another gun round under their belt. And we are seeing a full gun, of course, from the attacking squad, winning their 4th round. 8-3-0. 8-3-0 from Rex, and they are going to try their luck with B again. They liked what they saw, were able to get into some pretty deep positions, weren't able to do much into hookah. However, they're being given hookah relatively for free. The cyber cages coming out, delaying the push a little bit. However, those are going to go away. Brimstone brings down the smokes. Tripwire is taken care of, and we have ourselves a spam through by Swaaee, able to get the kill onto Primitive, and the spike is down in hookah, and they don't go get it immediately. And quickly, 3 players into hookah. New able to trade onto Zeus, and it has become a 4v4. The rotate is coming out. Jet, Autopsy with the spike. Still making a little bit of present felt. However, team DannySteel has stayed relatively disciplined, leaving 2 on A. And it looked like it was going to pay off for a second. However, New able to get kill onto Swaaee as Swaaee gets a frag onto GB, and that ult is going to give them just enough time to get onto the site on a 4v3. 1 hanging out, and teleporter Goldtec able to get a massive kill, delaying the plant. However, he is refragged by Rex, who is playing absolutely out of his mind. The JeNeSis uses Swaaee as bait, and Danny is able to use that to get a kill onto Rex. Next, New gets his 3rd kill onto the resing stage. However, there is not enough time to do anything, and at this point, you just save the operator. A wonderful play from Goldtec. He's 2-5-0, but that 1 kill won them the entire round by stopping that plant, forcing them to regain the spike. JeNeSis, big res, died for the cause, but that is 100% worth it when you factor in how much that distracted Rex, and was able to get the trade at the very least, and they take their 3rd round. And ladies and gentlemen, I predicted a dogfight, and we are looking at a dogfight. While the kills might be slightly disproportionate, The rounds are not. We are at 3-4. Danny and the boys holding it down. Danny is able to bring out the operator for this round, moving to the walled position. Sage quickly putting down her wall as New gets an opening pick down long onto Swaaee. You hate to see it. And a little bit of a spray for good measure, and that is going to hold up. That is going to hold 2 players on B, 2 players on A. Autopsy able to get the frag onto Danny, unable to land his operator shot, and that is a bad position to be in B site. And a little bit of a bluff from Rex, as he had no intention of going to B, but it did do enough to keep Cypher over there. And it's just mind games at this point with 55 seconds left in the round, a 5v3 advantage, no HP off of any of the players. And it's looking like they are going to gamble stack the A side, and that is the one bit of good news for GB and company. And a jet dash towards the operator not picked up. Goldtec able to get a kill. Unfortunately, GB and Autopsy are there to take this down to a 4v1. And Cypher in a very, very awkward position. Not going to be able to do much. Juice waiting, and Rex with the perfect position. Headshot onto Juice, takes them down, and a 5th round in the bag for New and company.
I need a drop.
All right. And we are going into our 9th round. 6-5, 5-6, 5-6, 3-6, 1 and 8 for Danny and the boys, going down between Danny, Swaaee, Juice, and Goldtec. And they are taken down to pistols in this round, looking not particularly optimistic. And as if to flex even harder than they already have to, we are looking at a double off setup. New and Autopsy holding on to the operators. And Swaaee able to get a kill onto Primitive. However, that is quickly traded out. Autopsy with the operator able to take down Swaaee. Or excuse me, able to take down Juice. And Jet just absolutely wastes her ult. Low on health. Rex able to get the kill onto JeNeSis. And what started out as promising with an opening pick, not looking necessarily great as Swaaee is sitting with very, very low HP. 2 operators still in hand, and honestly, with the pistols, that might not be the worst thing. And they are going to hear a lot of rotations. Danny is in prime position to maybe do something. He's going to be the only one capable. He shows tremendous trigger discipline. Lets the operator go in first, and he is going to sneak behind him, and this is absolutely massive. Misses the headshot. Oh! The trigger discipline, he had the lineup. Oh, he had the kill. He wouldn't have had the spike, but he at least could have gotten something and gotten a gun. That is incredibly unfortunate. Oh, and it all comes down to Swaaee and to Goldtec with a... Oh, Autopsy playing the smoke, gets an op onto Goldtec. Rex taking down Swaaee, and the Oni finisher coming out to add insult to injury. And it is 6-3, 2 wins in a row. However, we are going to be able to see another rifle buy. Juice opting for the glass cannon in the form of an operator in no armor. And if there is going to be any sort of comeback to be made on this side, it is going to have to start in this round, as they are looking not pretty financially. And we might have an okay. Oh, don't scare me like that. Swaaee was sitting in spawn, a little bit AFK. And we are seeing a 5-man push. New, unfortunately, taking down the glass cannon. And they are right now sitting 1 person onto site.
Revealing area.
And just Swaaee coming over to rotate, sitting out the bot. But site has already fallen. They do have 3 people over there. Goldtec able to get an early kill onto Primitive. A little bit of information. Swaaee with the headshot onto Rex. However, Autopsy peeks around and gets the headshot onto Swaaee. New able to take down Goldtec after using his ult. DannySteel and JeNeSis each take down 1 apiece, and JeNeSis finishes out the round with a frag onto New, and an absolutely massive hold even after getting that pick. And an operator is saved, and it is going to go into the hands of Juice. and that is an absolutely massive round for them to win. They were in a horrible position financially, and they had just lost their op going down B long, had the picks, site was taken, and they were able to hit their shots, retake the B site, prevent a bomb plant from coming down, and save an operator and add one more into the mix. So we are seeing double op versus double op, leaning towards A with only 2 people there, and there's going to be a bit of a push out of showers. New whopping B long, and we are seeing, oh, no kill. New able to stay alive, and he rotates towards A. Danny able to take down GB. MVP versus MVP, Phoenix versus Phoenix, and GB is rezzed, and 5 players all hanging out in that lobby area. And you are seeing the rotation coming from stage. GB on his second life with his ultimate, going to be looking like he's going to try and get some information. Danny, his counterpart, sitting in heaven watching short. Noise being made, and they quickly yeet out back down. And a little bit of noise being shot down short, trying to keep that rotation from happening. However, it is looking like Swaaee is onto them, at least adding a 3rd person into the mix. Omen doing the best that he can to keep 2 players on that site, and it is working. So they are going to be facing a 4v3. However, the Cypher Tripwires are going to quickly alert. Oh, they're going to be facing a 4v2. Oh, the grenade, absolutely massive damage. Swaaee holding off that push, and there's 15 seconds left. They have to do something. They have to do something.
You're dead.
8 seconds. They are going to need to get the spike down, and they are going to need to get the spike down now. Autopsy able to get an early frag. JeNeSis able to get a kill on the Autopsy. The bot able to get a frag onto Primitive. New and the defenders have won based on timing, and GB able to get the kill onto Swaaee, who was acting like it was a round win via elimination. However, still players very much alive and well, and they just waited significantly too long to get anything going, and as a result, we have a chance to get a tie scoreline going into the second half. Rex 14-5-0 leading the way. New 13-11-2 leading the second frag on the team, and in the lobby and Autopsy 10-7-0. However, 6-7-2 GB, a little bit of a fall off performance, and the weapons are hurt. That gun getting taken out of the hands of Swaaee is an absolutely, oh, that is horrible, as they are, as he is on a classic and full armor at 9-9-1, and it's looking like they are just opting for a quick A hit. Sage sitting in the corner on A. Oh, they seem to know where he is. Autopsy taking with the operator onto JeNeSis. The A site has fallen, going up into heaven. Brim knows exactly where she is, and they have walled the spike in Autopsy. It might not matter, as Autopsy takes down Goldtec, and Autopsy takes down Juice. Rex takes out Swaaee, and while that was a very cheeky placement, as Primitive Bot is locked into the default plant position with the wall, it does not matter, as nothing was going to get in the way of Rex and Autopsy fragging out the rest of the remaining players. And that brings us with a slight advantage, as 7-5 is our first half score, all coming down to the very end. And we are seeing a heavy B lean towards the attacking side. If anything you can do, I can do better. And there is no Cypher for the defensive squad currently. My goodness gracious, talking to yourself alone in your basement is exhausting. And we are looking, no Cypher on the B site, which is going to make it a little bit challenging to hold it. Recon bolt is destroyed, giving the indication that there is a little bit of a lean towards B. No information gathered on the A side. However, they are going to be throwing smoke down and getting 2 players rotating back, as 2 are in hookah, 2 are in long. Sage quickly coming back, as they do see great play by Juice. Danny able to get a kill onto Primitive in the 2v3, very, very low health, and Goldtec able to get the kill in the pocket onto Autopsy, and able to get a second frag in the round onto GV, and quickly it becomes Rex versus everyone. If you want anyone on your team to 1v5, it is Rex. However, he is quickly making his way to the A site and will be saving his with 70 HP, going to try and save his ghost. Seeing if anyone is flanking him. No one is there. And it's looking like that the attacking squad, Danny and the boys, will be content to let him have the pistol, not getting too adventurous, knowing that he does have the potential to frag out of his mind. They are not going to pursue anything. It's looking like that spike is going to explode. The boys are going to get out of the radius for the explosion, and Rex is going to sit down at the bottom, maybe try and pick up some exit frags. He did hear a teleporter, so he is looking from the spawn, seeing if they can get anybody, but he will survive, carry on his ghost into the next round. And we are going to be seeing Goldtec with his classic Spectre full armor buy. A lot of ghosts, a lot of armor. Running up against Primitive with a Bucky. Oh, and she thinks better of it and buys the shorty. So we're seeing 3 shorties, a ghost, and a classic. Double shotgun watching the shower push. However, that will not come in handy, as the one real gun is where nobody is for the attacking squad. And they are looking to 5-man stack B again. Making 3 players making their way up long. Interesting that they're using JeNeSis as the leader of that. Oh, and they hear that shotgun. The nade comes in. Danny unable to, Danny getting a frag onto GB, and New getting fragged out by Swaaee. And just like that, the B site has fallen. And they hear Sage rotating into into that elbow area. Does get a little bit of damage with the blast pack. Danny getting a frag onto Primitive Bot as she went through the teleporter. Oh, Autopsy, Goldtec. You absolutely hate to see it, and that gun is going to trade hands. Very low HP onto Jet, and she gives the gun over to Rex. And a 4v2, still not necessarily a winnable position. However, they do manage to get a Spectre out of it. And they are holding 4 exit frags. It'll be interesting to see if Swaaee decides to push, and Swaaee is going to push that shorty. And unfortunately, at that angle, the shorty is probably one of the best guns you can have in that situation. Trades the shorty out for a ghost. 2 frags, not bad for essentially is a full eco, a couple $100 invested in the shorty. Able to get them a couple of kills. And it is enough. Autopsy able to afford light armor and an operator on the back of that. And an operator is, that is what we are all shooting to get. And the full buy from Goldtec, getting the Spectre and the full armor in last round, is coming back to bite him, as he can barely afford the Bulldog and armor, the one weak link in his team's purchase. Rex using the SMG, saving his money, taking the bonus gun from the round. And we are seeing a little bit different of a setup, as Autopsy bringing that operator into action, getting the kill onto Swaaee. And Danny is going to be able to, thinks better of peeking around the corner into the Sage. As that is what decision was that? JeNeSis able to kill on the Primitive Bot, and you would love, had the wall lined up whenever he heard anything. The molly was not going to touch him, and that, I don't know about that one. However, Primitive Bot goes down, and that evens out the odds. No Sage left for, Juice gets a kill onto Autopsy, and Juice has almost taken control of the B site. However, GB is there to take care of Juice, picks the operator back up. New gets a kill onto Goldtec, and it is not looking good for the offense, as they are facing a 3v2. The spike is down in short. Oh, JeNeSis unable to get the wall the way she wanted. However, it does work out in a kill, and it has become a 2v2. The operator hanging all the way back in CT. They know where the Omen is. They do not know where the operator is, and Danny able to get a kill onto Rex, and it is operator in heaven versus 2 players onto the site, JeNeSis and DannySteel, and we could be looking at an 8th round. The spike is planted. The operator is holding heaven, not seeing anyone, and he might just elect to save this gun and take it into the next round, double checking that he is not getting flanked currently, which he is not. And it'll be interesting to see if he's able to get any exits on this. However, he is going to stop looking, begin to start walking. Double checking that no one's holding his corners, and they are leaving all in separate fashions. And the operator will be saved. The one positive they can take out of that round as an 8th round goes onto the board for Danny and the boys. And a 1-round differential, they are able to take the first 3 rounds of the second half, doing very, very well on attack, controlling what information is given. And you have to think that that decision not to wall, I don't know if she didn't have the angle, but Primitive choosing to jump off and give away the man advantage instead of throwing the wall down before rotating. I mean, everybody's been in the situations where they have to panic a little bit, but just absolutely heartbreaking to see. And Autopsy doing his best to catch up with Rex, up to 16 kills, and he has an operator in his hands. They're able to mostly buy this round again. A couple rifles, an operator, a sheriff in full armor, and a Spectre light. Autopsy making the most of that op, getting a kill down long.
You're dead.
And that wall comes out this time. The wall is quickly destroyed. And Danny able to get a kill again onto Primitive. And Rex able to even out the odds, killing JeNeSis. A little bit of spam through the smoke as Rex hears Danny retreat. New able to find out that at least one person's still hanging around in that A short area. However, the spike is rotating into Hookah. That is being watched by Autopsy's operator. And this could be absolutely disastrous. However, Autopsy with the Valorant timing
Going up.
leaves. The spike is taken down. Swaaee with a 1-tap onto Autopsy. That was absolutely filthy. Using the Vandal, the one thing you gotta love about the Vandal over the Phantom is that 1-tap potential from any range, and able to get the kill that is going to result in them getting the spike planted, and it is a 3v3 retake. However, there is a distinct health advantage in the one healthy player on the flank. Rex getting taken out by Danny, and we have our Swaaee getting the kill onto New, and it is just GB left, and Goldtec swings, gets the headshot, and puts the attacking side out, puts the defensive side out of their misery. And we are seeing just enough money for another operator purchase from Autopsy. No money problems in the land of Danny and the boys, as only one player a little bit short on change, Juice, with 400 credits left after the full rifle purchase, and the operator is actually going to be put away. Autopsy bringing out absolutely nothing, going to a classic, a sheriff, a ghost, a specter, and Autopsy bringing out the jet and judge. Could be a game changer, as that dash/shotgun is very, very hard to defend against if you miss your first shot. So it'll be interesting to see if that comes into play. However, they are just on the offensive side. They're just throwing out feelers, and Danny is able to get a kill onto Primitive and quickly rotate back into showers. Nobody, not over-aggressing, getting the pick, hanging out, letting the Sage come and grab the spike, and that spike is still leaning towards B. They know they have gotten the pick on A, hoping that that was going to bait out some rotations. And GB in a very, very cheeky location, looking straight up, hoping to be able to get a very, very cheeky kill. And Swaaee does not see anything hanging out there. He might be good for one, however, Omen with the fake teleporter delays the push, as Rex is still hanging out on the A site. Juice gets the kill onto Autopsy, and that is going to be a death sentence for GB hanging out underneath. Yeah, as Juice jumps through, he does check that corner, and the 2 players remaining are on the A site. While they were, and there is a 5v5, or excuse me, a 5-man site take and a 5-man site hold, As Rex and New maybe looking for some exit frags. They are going to have money to buy next round. Not really worth taking any of these guns into the next, so if they can do a little bit of economic damage, it would be great. However, they are just not going to go for it.
There they are.
And they take down one. They know there's player CT, so the odds are they are not going to rotate that direction, and they do not as they go down long. Danny already all the way up to short. He might run into Rex here, as he does, and he is more ready. Rex able to take down, Danny able to take down Rex, take a little bit of money out of the pocket. That is not going to affect the buy for the next round, as he has 5,400 credits, which is more than enough to buy whatever you want. The save round did not go necessarily great, but most save rounds tend not to, especially when you are on the defensive side. On offense, you have a few options, like just absolutely bum rushing a site. Maybe you force a couple close range fights with the shotguns and pistols. However, on defense, you really are at the mercy of the pace that the attack wants to play, and they played very, very clinically and take their 5th round in a row on the attacking side, on their attacking side half, showing why they are our week 2 champions. Our first week 1 champions in the organized tournament, and we have a lean towards A, as it seemed like a set play just to get Danny onto the onto his ultimate, as he's still 2 away, but they get the ult orb and kind of regroup. 3 players. Brimstone clearing out U-Haul, and that blind does a good job of at least slowing down the push. However, it is 4 people approaching through short, and Ray's able to get a little bit of information as to the fact that there is still presence on the B site, and that Ray's is just holding 2 people there. They know there's 1. Here's that. They know there's 2, and Rex able to get 1 pick onto Danny. However, Goldtec and Swaaee are able to get frags of their own. New is able to get a kill onto Juice, as Juice gets a kill on to Primitive, and it has become a 2v2. That spike is all the way over on B site. As soon as that operator was heard, they rotated very quickly. It'll be interesting. Is GB going to push out of that? Oh, GB, stays just patient enough to get a kill onto Swaaee, and it has become a 2v1 retake. Very low health onto the Sova, 63, 150 sitting on GB right now, and it is going to be interesting as Goldtec has his molly. Oh, and there is he going to, he's going to stick it! Oh, the absolute balls on New to just sit there and stick the defuse even as his teammate dies, and able to take the operator into the next round. An absolutely massive round to stem the bleeding, pull them into a 2-round differential, as New, with a very big brain, very safe play. He knew he was safe at least for a couple of seconds just by the way that the bomb was planted. Not necessarily the position of a plant you would necessarily like with how they played that retake. Goldtec was always going to be at a disadvantage, but regardless, they get the plant down at the very least, and when you win 5 in a row, you are able to afford a couple of mistakes. However, this does bring GB and company into the game, I think giving them a little bit of hope, but they're not gonna... Both of these teams are very mentally strong, so it's not going to be a backbreaker, so to speak. You hate to get ninja diffused, but it's not going to be the end of the world. And Swaaee able to get a pick onto Autopsy.
Joke's over! You're dead!
And all 5 players rotating on to be Danny able to get the pick onto GB, and that is enough for the site to fall. A 5v3 retake.
I know exactly where you are.
And this is going to be an absolute backbreaker, as they now know exactly all 3. It comes out. Oh, low health. However, they are not able to get a kill. Only 8 HP left onto Sage, and she will save her Vandal. New will do his best to save his operator, make a little bit of noise to delay the push out. And just DannySteel on the hunt. doing his best to try and maybe get an exit frag or two. Rex on very low HP as well. Now knows exactly where he is. Double checking his heaven. Here's the push. Gets the kill. Oh, Danny gets the kill on the primitive. However, he is not able to take down Rex, who has 3 HP. 2 guns saved. The main gun being saved being the operator, and a lot of money in the bank for New. Still sitting on 3,600 after repurchasing his armor. That is enough to maybe get a gun in the hand of Autopsy. Buys a light armor and buys a second op for Autopsy. They are going all in on this round on the defensive side, and they need to stop the bleeding. They've only won 1 round on their defensive side, and they're going for the double op setup. GB only with a Spectre in hand and sitting in the cubby on A. Autopsy looking down long. He's already made his way across, and the flick onto JeNeSis, and that is a massive start for the defense. Taking away the heals is always the best way to go about it. JeNeSis not having herself a particularly great game, and it's looking like it's all or nothing, knowing the operator is long. However, they have readjusted that Jet Smoke has done enough to slow them down, and that is 4 people in hookah.
Go get 'em.
Or 3 people in hookah. The spike coming up. Oh, and Rex able to get a kill onto Swaaee, and this has turned into a 5v3. Absolutely fantastic kill, shooting through the smoke into hookah. And even though they are rotating, they're not rotating into a very open site, as Sova is still hanging out with an operator looking exactly where you would think they would be. However, the brimstone smoke is going to be incredibly handy. Oh, he had his shot. They peeked out too quick. Goldtec able to get the smoke down, able to get a kill onto primitive, and that is going to be good enough for a site plant. However, Sova not landing. Oh, Rex getting Goldtec on the flank background. Danny is able to get a kill onto Autopsy and a kill onto Rex coming out of the connector, and that is going to be good enough for an ultimate. He is going to do his very best. Oh, nope, that is GB doing his best. Juice able to get a kill onto New, and they know exactly where he came from now, and it has become a 2v1 for the attackers. Everything was pointing towards a win for them. However, those two picks from DannySteel were absolutely massive. Gets tagged with the Cypher can to add insult to injury. GB takes it out, will vote to save his Vandal, and he is going to maybe be able to get an exit frag onto Juice. Just waiting for him. And he's not going to round the corner to give him a chance. And we have come to match point, ladies and gentlemen. What was a very competitive first half has turned into an absolute bloodbath, as Danny has finally come alive for his team. Swaaee not having to carry the team all the way through. 20-10-4 from Danny. Rex doing an absolute masterful job on the losing side, or excuse me, not on the losing side, on the trailing side, with 22-10, Autopsy 18-14-2, 13-8-2, and GB having an absolutely terrible game at 8-13-4. Primitive doing her gosh darndest to keep her team in with heals at 3-16 and 13 assists. That is the highest number we've seen today. Mad props to Asage doing the assists. JeNeSis not having a typical JeNeSis game. However, it doesn't matter, because the only thing that matters is the 12 standing on top of the scoreboard. And New is able to take down JeNeSis, Primitive, and takes down Danny and the defense with a very broken buy, already up 4-1. Just an absolute massacre on the A site. The spike has not been found. However, guns are being recovered. Swaaee gets a kill onto GB. Autopsy with the laser rifle. Oh, great boombot into the blast pack. But the New shooting the arrows, shock darts through.
Blocking sight.
Slowed inside of hookah, smokes everywhere. Nobody can see anything, nobody can go anywhere. However, Raze bursts out, does hear the fact, and Swaaee gets a second kill onto Autopsy, and it has become a 2v3, and nobody has seen the spike, so this could, in theory, work out just okay for Raze if she is going to be able Oh, no. Rex going to get the frag onto Swaaee. And what little hope remained for the win then and there is dashed. 3 players surviving. Rifles taken into the next round. However, Autopsy not doing particularly well on money is going to be able... Not good. They should be able to get a buy from Rex, and we should be seeing a full rifle round. Swaaee also... Oh, then she decides to buy it. And we are seeing 3 Phantoms and 2 Vandals versus 3 Vandals and 2 Phantoms. Light armor on Rex, which is something to watch, which means those Phantom headshots are going to kill at almost any range, which would be absolutely disappointing if you are Rex dying on the A site because you could not afford to buy that armor. But a rifle in the hand of a teammate is more important than 25 points of HP. And... they are going to see that Swaaee is hanging out on B. However, they do not see anything else. And that Spike is going to quickly rotate towards the market. And they're seeing a complete rotation towards market based off of giving some of the information that only one was there, which is going to work out to their advantage. However, Autopsy able to take down Swaaee and retreat with the knives out. Omen doing a little bit of investigation, getting sent back, finding out that everyone is hanging out inside of Hookah. That is going to bait a response from Danny as he is going to do his patented rush through, and that is a lot of damage into the attackers. However, they're going to res Swaaee, and it has become a 5v5. And they are going to quickly rotate on towards A. However, oh, this is an absolute panic as 22 seconds remain on the clock. 5v5. 4 players waiting, 5 players running onto sites. A little bit of slow action. Danny able to get the kill onto New. JeNeSis getting the kill onto GB. However, those 2 are instantly traded out by Rex and Primitive. The spike is planted as Swaaee gets a kill onto Primitive. Autopsy gets a kill onto Juice, and it has become a 2v2. A health advantage for the attacking squad as Rex is unable to get the kill onto Goldtec, and they knew the jet dashed across, and it has come down to this. Autopsy gets one tapped by the Vandal, and the 13th round, what came about as incredibly scuffed, comes for the win of the day, and they are our 2nd champion. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Top performer, ironically, both on the losing side, is Rex with a 315 and Autopsy with a 290 combat score, very, very closely followed by a 288 and a 276 from Danny and Swaaee, and just an absolutely wonderfully played map. I know it kind of got hairy in the second half, became fairly one-sided as only 2 rounds were able to be taken. Only 2 rounds were taken by Rex, Autopsy, GB, New, and Primitive in that second half. But all in all, you really can't ask for much more in the finals of our tournament. A great showing by both teams. An honor to have them both as members of Neptune's Elite, and hopefully gave you guys something you guys could enjoy in that final map. Neptune, are you hanging out with me still?
If I had my mic turned on, I would have been hanging out with you.
Neptune, that is an absolutely crucial aspect to this whole shindig.
Yeah, you know, mute button, no mute button. Who needs it? It's all about, I mean, I'm trying to see how great our viewers are reading lips. So we'll see how that plays out on Twitch. Latency might make that bit of a problem, but we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
So I'll say, Commie, I mean, when I was watching the start of that match and I saw New and his team starting to take over and watching Danny's team go down, I was like, oh, what is happening here?
It is amazing what a good operator can do for you, especially on defense. And they played incredibly, it was an incredibly competitive first half, but it just kind of, I don't know if it was the fact that, that Danny and the boys, as it were significantly more warmed up, or if they just had that, if they just had the attack side of Bind better mapped out. But they just absolutely took control, started hitting all of their shots, made made GB and New and company pay for all of their mistakes and bring us to a 3-0 day, a champion of champions, if you will.
It was fantastic. It's a really great game, and I hope that everybody enjoyed what just went through there. But you know what, Commie? I mean, I think it's time for you to announce your MVP.
It is time for me to announce it, and I've been informed by the powers that be that I can't nominate myself for a new pair of headphones, which is sad and unfortunate. However,
we're gonna let that happen one time. There's gonna be a surprise of surprises.
just have everybody play Valorant for about 4 hours just so I can claim myself the MVP, take home the prize. I love it.
Seems fair.
I don't think anyone would be upset. But I am going to give my MVP, as much as it pains me to give it to a Raze main, as much as it pains me to reward this kind of behavior. Swaaee on Danny and the boys was my MVP. He played absolutely fantastically every single game. Was positive. I mean, his worst game was, I think, 16 kills in that final there, going up against a very tough team where he was picked up by Gold and by Juice having a great first half. But in the actual tournament portion and before our show match, you could not put a lid on Swaaee's Raze, and for that reason, he is MVP.
Unreal. Well, he just unlocked a fantastic Razer Kraken Tournament Edition headset. So I'm excited to get that out. And man, you know, Commie, great observations today. I mean, we have some great prize money going out. We have now a great headset. As always, Commie, thank you so much for commentating and blessing us all here with our community mashup.
Hey, I'm always glad to be here. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next Saturday.
Yeah, so are we. And just like Commie said, we are doing this every Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Of course, if you'd like to participate, head on over to aquatik.gg/mashup to enter yourself or your team so we can see you here on the battlefield. A lot of great content coming out via Aquatik this week. Of course, tune in on Monday night to our Tidal Wave series, where we're going to be talking a bit about esports from this week, as well as what's coming up in the arena. We'll be making some announcements about some other special things happening in the community, feeding you our schedule, and of course, Elvie will be present with her community highlight. And don't forget the top 5 plays of the week. Man, Tidal Wave is a blast. And of course, that takes place Monday night. Well, everybody, thank you again for joining us here at Aquatik's Community Mashup. As always, I'm Neptjun, and I'll see you in the arena.